What's good, people? Happy Sunday. Hope you're all having a really good weekend. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Bloody hell. Um, really had a good time on musical stream yesterday. It was hot as balls, but really fun time. So shout out to those guys for letting me on. Um, Maverick, shout out. How you doing, Crystal? Maverick, you're always first these days. I got to shout you out, man. Kind of interested to hear what people think about last night's card and how your lives are going in general. How you doing, Chowdhury? What's good, man? Good to have you here as always. Hope you're well. Hey, how you doing, Mav? What's good, bro? How's your weekend going? Anything new going on in your neck of the woods? Before anyone brings up the nubbin on my nose, I actually did this getting changed. Apparently, I still haven't figured it out after 40 years. How you doing, Westy? What's good, man? I got maximum respect for you guys turning up always on time and ready for action. I appreciate it. Yeah, you were first and second. Jesus, man. I mean, mate, you're killing it. You don't know how much this does for my channel. Like, I really appreciate it. How you doing, Jack Beats? What's good, bro? So yeah, I'm intrigued to know what everyone's thinking about card yesterday. There's obviously a lot to talk about on it. The Dulgarian thing probably being the most interesting thing about it. It was such a crazy incident that like the controversy in the co-main event barely made it on the thumbnail. I had to redo it. Not doing too bad. Find out how my old iPad that I dug out of the closet handles dictation. We're gonna see if you have to learn a whole new language of speech to text for me. This could revolutionize Crystal's game. I love it. How you doing, Alma? What's good? Loving the P for P. Hope you're doing well. Hear me now, Frankie. How you doing, Hayden? What's good, man? How are you, brother? Got things started a little bit early today. I'm back at work tomorrow, so I've got on an early start in the hopes that I can finish a little bit earlier than normal today, and have like a good night's sleep to prepare for tomorrow, because I'm always a bit tired when I take a little bit of time off. So we're going to be streaming a little bit less than normal moving forward. I'm probably going to try and get a regular thing going of like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and the weekend, and then we'll see how it goes. But yeah, because obviously with working every day, I can't come on as much as I have been, but I'll try and see what I can do. How's everyone's weekends going? Share some stories with me. What's going on with you guys? I'm always excited to spend time with you people. It's always a pleasure. And I'm looking forward to getting into it today. Let me just quickly check something. Oh, god damn. Baked has per, lad. Sunday, nice chill day. That's what I like to hear, man. I'm still trying to get my hands on some weed, but it's looking pretty dire right now. I think I might need to get somebody to do it for me. Does professors of top universities in the UK make more than doctors? No, I would say not. It kind of depends, you know. My salary is fairly base compared to most, I would say. But it depends on how long you've been in the role, because like with any job, the longer you stay with a certain institution, your pay like incrementally goes up after a certain amount of time. You can get like loyalty bonuses, things like that. It really does depend on the institution as well, and what you're willing to accept. Because obviously, in any profession, they're going to try and lowball your ass. I had a drink last night for the first time in a year. Tonight, probably just going to chill. That's probably it's probably really a really good idea. Like I said, I got drunk on one of the live streams we did, and I was surprised that I didn't have too much of a hangover, but it's not something I'm going to be doing for on a regular. How long are you going to stream today? The maximum will probably be, I don't like to put a time limit on it, because it kind of depends on, how I'm feeling right now, how I'm feeling as time goes on. Obviously how the chat's feeling. The latest I'm gonna get off is like 9 o'clock my time, which is about 3 hours, but we'll see how it goes. Jesus loves you. Thank you very much, Henderson Farms. Where are you from? Or are you just in here to spread your nice message? Yeah, I'm pretty salty about yesterday. I'm used to like losing bets. I don't mind losing bets, but considering the last leg of my parlay was Isak Dulgarian, I've got some issues. I'm quite angry about it. Now I'm sure this goes on more than we realize, but your boy was robbed. So I'm quite salty. And I'm still gonna gamble because I'm a degenerate, but it wasn't even that bad when I woke up, to be honest. Just needed a shit a lot of water through, and I'm from the UK. Um, I grew up in Southwest London, but I think you know that because you've been in here before. Gonna start work on my burnout car. There's a comp in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, gonna have. Wow, geez, man. See, that's a real man talking right now. I've never done any fucking work on a car. Um, remember when you did drunkalogs? Yeah, man. I tell you what, yeah, my fucking liver couldn't take it anymore. I literally used to go through an entire. Wesley will tell you, yeah, I used to go through an entire bottle of whiskey in like 5 hours, and it would get reckless. Stoke on Trent and a double O blue with lemonade is a good cure. Have you managed to, did you manage to get in contact with Brutali's channel at all? He seems like your kind of fella, not just because he's from Stoke, but he's a fucking solid lad as well. Great costume yesterday. I'm gonna have to get that thing dry cleaned. I should have probably asked Bodak if I could use it beforehand. I'm regretting that decision, but after a little while, it just started to feel it was relatively comfortable, but started out a little bit hot. But I appreciate that, Joey, man. Thanks for turning up to the stream as well. I'm in the process of brewing 2 new jugs of mead. I'm gonna have to participate in a drunk along one of these days. We've got to get you one here one of these days. We should have like a proper drunk along where every time we're gonna set like we'll set terms of things that are gonna happen in the card, and then every time we do it, we all have to do shots like live on camera. That would be sick. Hello, good day. Oh, sorry, my uncle does that. He can finish a liter in a few hours, bro. I don't fuck about. Hello, good day. I have a question. If you are older now, what's your advice you would give to your 19-year-old self? Boy, that's a good question. I think like it's gonna sound like a cliche thing to say, but I've lost people at certain stages of my life. Um, my dad being the biggest one, and I'd been in like the midst of an argument with him, and I hadn't spoke to him for like a couple months, and I was still pissed off and didn't take a phone call of his when he was on holiday, and then he died a couple of days later. So it's a cliche thing to say, but I think it's just value the people that are around you and don't hold any grudges. Um, I can still spout off the same advice about following your passions because I think that's really, really important. But it depends what kind of person you are. Like personally, I'm all about putting my relationships and valuing that ahead of pursuing money and that kind of stuff. Hey, I'm making a voodoo doll, but I'm too scared to do it on myself, so I'll use your face for it. Just letting you know. Thanks very much for the warning, man. So if I have any sudden feelings popping up, I'll know where they came from. Nothing on my growing up, mate. And I was talking to that Northwest. I'll keep an eyes out for his channel. Sweet, bro. I appreciate that. Shama or no, always Shama, bro. Fuck yes. Next goal. Get me a still. That's what we need to start doing. That's what we need to start doing. How you doing, Eric? Tars dysfunction. How you doing, bro? Travis Pedro is back as well. I'm good, man. How's your weekend going? Hope you're having a good one. It's only Shama is the only acceptable answer. If you're not a fan of Alex Pereira, I don't know what to say to you. I mean, the shit with him fucking that only girls fan and that only fans go in the arse is a little bit sketchy, but it's his second language. We got to, or his third language. I think we've got to give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. Yeah, that's the channel head. And it's brutally honest MMA. He comes on here quite a lot as well. So if you go through some of the old streams, you probably know who I'm talking about. I struggle with anger and blur out to people. I should avoid hurting them. I think that's another thing as well. Yeah, when I get mad, yeah, what I've learned to do is I've learned to like take time by myself to reevaluate things and to think about things and not react in the moment. And I think that's something I've had to learn over the decades because, like, literally, when I was younger, yeah, I was very hot headed, and I used to, which will probably surprise some people, because obviously I'm very level headed on here. But it took me a long while to train myself to be that way, like genuinely. So I think taking time to really think about things before you react is really valuable. Is really valuable in life. My dad died in Ireland. I was very lucky. He called me the night before to make sure me, the house, and the dog were okay. Cherish your parents, man, 100%. Like, I would say that about valuing anyone in your family, friendships, and that as well. Which is why whenever I get a phone call from anyone, ever since that happened, even if I'm busy or I'm tired or I'm not in the mood to talk, I'll always pick up the phone and talk to somebody, even if it's just, 10, 15 minutes or so, just to make sure that I've interacted with that person that day. Because the last thing I want to have in this world are like regrets that I could have controlled. I love the left hook of Sharma. He's got a fucking nasty right as well now, bruv. He's dangerous. Always taking a step back is the best technique, bro wise. 100%, man. I couldn't agree with you more. This is why you're tailor made for this channel, sir. He can beat every Dagestan fighters. Well, there's nobody in his weight class that's going to come anywhere near him now. We saw what he just did to the best that they've got. So there's positive times ahead. If you cannot afford to build a still at the moment, you can always do something called fractional freezing. You can get a stronger amount of alcohol and leave it behind the water. This is what I need. I need to start making my own shit. Don't act on impulse. That's basically that's the best way of summarizing pretty much what I just said. Always take time to kind of, especially when you're in a height of emotion, whatever emotion that might be. Even if you're overly happy, if you're angry, if your emotions are at a peak at a particular moment, my advice is to is just take a step back and make sure you think things over before you say anything. What up, Frankie? You get punched in the nose. What is that? Do you know what, bro? This is the fucked up thing. Yeah, I swear to God, I'm retarded. Yeah, I mean, we know this already, but a lot of the clothes that I wear have zips on them. I'm pretty sure you know where this is going to end. Certain times I get a little bit too excited, and then I'm throwing a top on, trying to do something at the same time, and I keep cutting my nose. This isn't the first time it's happened. The Irish have their own language, or is it only they do technically have their own language, but it's pretty archaic now. Like, nobody really speaks it. Everyone in Ireland speaks English. You look like Jackie Chan, bro. Well, that's a new one. I'll take it. I wish peace to all the people all over the world. So much bad things happening globally. Unfortunately, Eric Tiles, this is just the state of things now. Because we have such access to social media, yeah, we hear and see more of it than ever. Something I've had to learn the hard way. Nothing. The thing is, if you're willing to not be arrogant and look at yourself, you'll always learn. That's the thing. You'll always grow. But it's being able to put your ego to the side and do that. Do you think Alex will beat Tom? It's looking. I mean, I would have given him like a 10% chance when people were first talking about it, but now I'm not so sure. It's HPV. I mean, it could be. And I am the autistic Elon Musk again. You know what? Elon Musk has got Asperger's. You fucking fringe. Do you wear designer? I mostly get gifted a lot of stuff, so like I don't really care too much about what I wear. I just go for kind of what's comfortable. But I do have quite a bit in like that I've kind of collected over the years, and I look after my stuff, which is why I've built up quite a lot of, like, which is why it always appears like I'm wearing stuff online like that. How you doing, Yoda? What's good, bro? Zippers are dangerous. That's why I wear, especially if you're a retard, like I am. I am majorly retarded. If Elon Musk and Zelensky had a baby, see, now we're getting more to the. I do get the Elon Musk and Zelensky thing quite a lot. Are you married? It's a very personal question, but yes, I am. I've got 3 kids as well. True, I used to have anger issues, but I have to make myself so humble that even if someone punched me or trying a situation which can be easily avoidable, I would try to negotiate first. That's the thing, man. People who are hot-headed, yeah, they never think about consequences. And I've had to suffer through various consequences in my life, being arrested, getting very badly injured in situations, just making poor decisions. But I learned from those things. But if someone punches you, you should definitely smash them back. Bro, I have mad ADHD and grew up a cunt of a kid. I always refused drugs and shrinks would try to give. Been smoking weed from 14, been good ever since. Whatever it takes to settle you out, man. Tracksuits and 110s. I'm starting to get a picture of what you're about now, bro. Do you think Dana White is a sociopath? No, I think he's a cunt. I think he's an apathetic cunt that shouldn't really be anywhere near a camera anymore. Does your wife have any single friends, mate? I mean, probably, yeah. I'd assume so. Thoughts on polygamy? It's great for men. It's really bad for women. Really bad for women. Yeah, man. We talk. What did you do? What do you mean? What did I do? Can you be more? What do you mean? What do I do for a job? Frankie, crazy shit going on in the UFC. Do you know what's shotty? I've got a fucking gripe about this because my parlay would have come through if that fucking cunt didn't. It's dodgy, man. The Isaac Dulgarian situation is really weird. Hook it up, mate. I don't even know you. You could be dodgy. I mean, what does it matter? We're all a bit dodgy. What's your type? I will if it escalates more. No, 100. I would never encourage anyone to get in a fight because ultimately it doesn't really lead anywhere good. Most of the time in my situation, yeah, I tend to get into fights when I'm trying to defend somebody that I care about. That's usually what happens. Because if it's just me, yeah, I tend to not trip. Dana White enjoys people slapping each other, causing brain damage. Well, yeah, he's a fucking idiot. Slap fighting is more dangerous than MMA. I've always maintained that. The FBI is investigating over 100 fights this year and investigating Jason Herzog. Fucking hell, that dodgy little cunt. I knew he was up to something. I didn't realize they were investigating that many fights. To be honest, though, none of this surprises me. The thing is, yeah, fighters are so badly paid here that wouldn't, if you're thinking to yourself, I might only get one shot, you might bet against yourself. It makes a lot of sense. The real question is, are we all going to get our money back? Nope. I learned English from YouTube, sports, and TV shows, and my English didn't sound like South Asian. People said to me that my accent is fake. What should I do? I speak naturally, but still trolled by people. Travis, don't worry about what people say, man. People always are going to find a reason to troll or be cunty. What you've got to do is learn how to rise above it. Because the worst thing I always give this advice to anyone who gets bullied because it's been happening all throughout my career as an educator. Students come to me and talk about getting bullied. And my one piece of advice to them is as soon as you show people you don't care about it and it doesn't affect you, they stop doing it. Getting angry and firing back often isn't the best way to do it. And I'm guilty of doing that sometimes myself. But the best way to respond is just to show that you don't give a fuck. Yeah, slap fight is brutal. Forget about the neck. Do you know what it is? It's the fact that you're allowing yourself to get smacked in the face here without being able to protect yourself. In MMA, you can defend yourself. Guess who used to be Dulgarian's head coach, James Krause? Yeah, the coincidences don't stop adding up, do they? If I'd known that cunt was trained by him, I would have never bet on him. Am I coming on live tonight? Yeah, I'm thinking we could maybe go on at about 8 o'clock and use it to kind of close the segment out if you're about. That'd be sweet. I've had to think about a few questions I want to ask you as well. So if that's okay with you, if 8 o'clock is all right around that time, that'd be sweet. I'd love to ask you a few questions. The FBI needs to investigate we'll keep it chill though. We'll have a little chat and see what just happens organically. If that's all right with you. We need more teachers like Frank. I'm a completely different person when I'm in my job. This is like me being online is kind of like my personality like dialed up to 11. I'm usually I'm usually even more chilled when I'm in my job, if you can believe that. But I do take it very seriously. How you doing, Ash? What's good, man? So yeah, I'm really disgusted about the Bulgarian thing. I imagine a lot of people are going to get hung out to dry over this shit, but it will be quiet. I mean, I feel like it happens in every single sport, you know, because people are going to obviously take advantage of the situation. I'm not even mad about it. I'm just kind of glad it's being brought out to light to some extent. But they did it so baitly yesterday. Apparently, they've been these scammers have been trying different ways of like insider betting, and they baited themselves up real hard last night. Like the line literally dropped in a matter of minutes. So it's disgraceful. But I know a lot of gambling sites are refunding some money to people, but my boys Paddy Power didn't refund me shit. So I might have to find a new betting site. I appreciate that, Hayden. Yeah, it'd be really sweet to just have like a casual chat and just yeah, I'd like to know more about your story. I think it would be sweet. How you doing, Blumpkin King? He's not. He's not that. Who are you here representing, sir? I hope you've been kicked out already. What happened in the UFC, Frank? So basically, what happened is Isaac Dulgarian was fighting. I can't remember the guy's name. And about half an hour before the fight started, a whole load of bets came in on Isaac Dulgarian, who was a heavy favorite to get finished in the first round. So the odds literally fucking crashed. And so now they're investigating it because then obviously he went on to lose by first round finish. So it's all a bit bizarre. I mean, the fight looked very legit to me, but there's a lot of talk that maybe he got injured during his warm up or something, and that somebody got notice of that and then spread it around. But it's whenever betting lines suddenly fluctuate like that, especially like on a prop bet where big amounts are being cashed on one or being set up on one thing, it's very, very suspicious. How you doing, Kerry? What's good, man? Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Shout out to Rob's neighbor's channel. He's the guy. I think my fluency is great and I can communicate with people very fast. The only worry thing is that my English tone is a little bit rude. Even to my native language, tone is sweet. I had this issue with the mother of my children as well, because she sounds, when she speaks English, she sounds very abrupt and rude, but she doesn't mean to be. Because when you make like direct translations, it can come across that way. But just keep doing your thing, man. If you converse with people in this way and listen to people speak, it will help with it will help with your diction and with your syntax quite a bit. How you doing, Crossover? What's good, man? Shout out to Crossover MMA, another guy who's been a friend to the channel for a long time, and he has an amazing channel over there. Guy's built like a brick shithouse, so don't fuck with him. Go in there and be nice. Don't be asking any of these gay ass questions you ask my 5'7" midget ass, you cowards. Sorry, that wasn't directed at any of you in here, just the usual people that we get turning up. But shout out to you, Crossover, man. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. What a fucking dodgy card that was. FBI are investigating 100 other UFC fighters from this year, and Jason Herzog and 2 other fighters from last night's card. Shit's gonna get crazy. It's magic. It's crazy to think here, but the ref should be the first person they're investigating because there's been some dodgy shit going on lately. There could be smoke without fire. There rarely is, but the question is, what's really going to get done about it? The only thing we're really going to see is they're going to work harder on making sure that they pick up on like betting irregularities. So it's not really going to affect us this much. And I'm telling you now, the last thing UFC wants to do is announce kicking people out of sport or getting rid of people, because then it's going to put the authenticity of the whole sport under the spotlight. And they definitely don't want that. So expect for this to be swept under the rug real quick. The only good thing Dana White ever did was slapping his wife back in public. The old Sean Connery, yeah? To be fair, she looks like a fucking Karen, bro. And she did slap him first. So, while I don't approve of men ever slapping women, it's difficult to argue that sometimes they don't deserve it. And if you get a chance, Crossover, I need to cop me some merch, bro. I didn't even know you were moving like that. Because your merch is fucking solid. Right now, I'm working on my talking style more and trying to make it more sweet. Also, I will try to learn more words to talk more formal. The thing is, yeah, I think it sounds to me like you've got a really good grasp of the language. The only thing you really need to do now is just get used to having conversations, and listening to stuff like this is really worthwhile. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm the best example of somebody you can learn good diction from, but apparently the FBI notified the UFC of the dodgy betting line change an hour before the fight, and the UFC let the fight go on anyway. I mean, what else can they do in that situation? I'm sure they probably spoke to the fighters and said, "Look, this has been going on. We don't want to see any dodgy shit." But once the horse is bolted, I wish I'd been more active on Twitter though, because I would have cashed out that fucking bet real sharp. So your boy got done on that one. However, I did get lucky with the Norma Dumont pick earlier on the parlay, so I can't really complain. But Considering how many times I've been robbed though and had money just taken right out of my pocket, I was willing to take it on this occasion. The only thing that will be done about betting irregularity is prunes being donated to gamblers. What do you mean by that? I appreciate that, Adolfo, man. I'm just waffling, man. It's the old Sunday waffle. By the way, yeah, I need Hayden, if you're still here, yeah, what I need you to do, yeah, if you wouldn't mind hitting me up on Twitter so I can send you the link when we eventually have you on, because obviously don't want to be posted in the stream today because we could have all kind of trolls turning up. Rest assured, if I ever get slapped by a man, I probably deserve it. From the mouth of a based female who understands the get down. But this is what I'm saying though. It's like I said, women sometimes talk a little bit too reckless because they're willing to take things to a level that we're not. There has to be compensation for that. What I do is I've never hit a woman, but what I do is I give it the whole I just give it the cold shoulder, and women hate that. I just stop talking to them. Works like a charm. That Hamzat DDP fight looks suspicious to me. I mean, everything could come under 100 fights is crazy. If they're looking at 100 fights, it's probably worse than that. Irregularity is another word for constipation. Well, the amount of money I lost this weekend, I mean, it wasn't that much, but it's just the amount of money I could have had would have pissed me off. I haven't got Twitter, but I'll make one now. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, if you've got Instagram, I can send a link to Westy. David Onama finish looks sus as well. Dude just stood there and let himself get beat up. Another one of those Carter. Yeah, I don't have Facebook either. I don't fuck with that. I've got a funny story about why I don't use Facebook. It involves a haram of women that got very upset with your boy at one point. The thing is, the David Onama finish wasn't that surprising because he's shit. He is terrible. And I knew that Steve Garcia was going to whoop his ass. Steve Garcia is legit scary. Legitimately scary. I didn't expect David Onama to do nothing, but I think he got popped a couple of times and just it was so annoying listening to Yusuf Salau in the corner, like with his scratchy, annoying voice. And fuck that little weasel. Just pinch their nipples when they get out of line. I think that's technically okay. But you can say you're being playful, isn't it? When Conor broke his ankle against Poirier, that was definitely fake. Yeah. Yeah. Shady shit going on. The worst part is our teacher only focuses on grammar, which hinders our skill. First, I did think speaking English with people more and more and watching English, that's probably the best way to do that, you know. Because the thing is, when you learn English officially, is the way that I'll put it, you don't really learn how to speak conversationally, which kind of happens in every language. It's like if you do like Rosetta Stone or some shit, you'll then go and try and speak to people in that language, and they'll be like, "What the fuck is this Donny talking about?" It's because conversational English and any conversational language is very different from like official or traditional ways of speaking. Chrissy J, how you doing? The fam are well. They're not actually here at the moment. My daughter's got dropped back to school today, so I'm in the house by myself. But everyone's well, everyone's healthy. I'm waiting for them to get back home. I hope your family's well and that you're having a really good weekend as well. UFC fighters use roids. What do you think? I think a lot of them are up to it. I think the way that they're able to mask it is so crazy right now that I think a lot of fighters are on that shit. But I will say this. I don't think it does that much for performance, but what it does do is a lot for recovery, which is a big problem. The old titty twister, yeah. What happened to Cain Velasquez? Cain Velasquez is in jail, sir. Somebody molested his son or his daughter, I'm not sure which, and then he tried to kill them and accidentally shot somebody else who was in the car. And he ended up getting 5 years in jail, which to be fair, considering how dumb he was lucky he didn't get more. However, all of us would have done the same thing in the same situation. We just wouldn't have done it as stupidly as he did. Why does it look like someone jabbed your nose? At being, I wish I could say it was it. I wish I could say I got into a fight and someone smashed me. However, I got this off a zip, and it's not the first time I've ever done this. I'm just an idiot. Maverick Rays, of course they do. Every elite. The thing is, yeah, because of how in the professional sphere, yeah, all these athletes are so close. Anything they can get, any little percentage boost they can get, they're going to take advantage of. Most of them will. I'm not saying every single athlete does performance enhancers, and steroids is different from performance enhancers, but everyone's looking for new ways of getting ahead. It's just how it is. The UFC is very corrupt. It's very hard to when there's this much money going around. It's very hard to find situations where there isn't corruption going on. It's just the way that it is. To help with the world with English, what needs to happen is an English major needs to write a sitcom. Come on, Frank, go for it. To be honest, yeah, when I first started studying, I wanted to I wanted to write film scripts, but I very quickly veered away from that when I started doing it because it's just I've heard that it's very, very difficult not only to get into, but when you actually write stuff, they change there's a lot of change that goes on to make it more to give it more mainstream appeal, and that's something I'd never be willing to do. Free Cain Velasquez, indeed. I mean, he was a retard, but Velasquez tried to end the PDF after California let him free. It's as much their fault. 100%. I mean, we would have all done the same thing in that situation. If somebody did something like that to my kids, oh my God, I would have done way worse than what he attempted, but I would have done it in a calculated and frightening manner. That motherfucker would have been in my basement for the rest of his life getting tortured until the day he died. And I'd make sure I made it slow. The event was last day. Yeah, the UFC event was yesterday. It was shit. But there was so much controversy during it as well. Frank, what do you think about Steve Garcia calling out Max Holloway? I think he should stay at 145 while he can. It wasn't the best call out, I'll be honest, but I get where he's coming from. Sometimes you just got to say a big name and throw it out there. I think he needs like a 5 to 10 opponent now because he is class. He is absolute class. No, it sure does increase power, stamina. Yeah, it depends on the performance enhancer. It can increase cardio. It can do all kind of things. Feel free to decline to recap, but I've just gotten here. What's the scandal? So the scandal is basically some really strange betting came on Isak Dulgarian just before the fight started, about an hour before the fight started. A lot of people basically were prop betting that he was going to lose by finish in the first round. And then lo and behold, it happened. It was such a big shift on the betting that literally the line dropped by like several points in the space of an hour. So loads of people were putting money on the prop bet of Isak Dulgarian, the favorite, losing by first round finish, to the point where a lot of betting sites had to suspend betting on the fight entirely. So it looked very, very suspicious. And then obviously when he went on to go and lose that way, was fucked. How you doing, Antec? What's good, bro? We were talking about you in the Clown Show stream the other day. I've got a question. I've got a bone to pick with you. Apparently there's a YouTuber that you boned. Can you tell me more about this? Because it sounded hilarious. I'm staring like a motherfucker into the oven watching my fish getting cooked. Are you baked or what, bro? Imagine making your students do homework involving the books you wrote. That would be class. The thing is here, a lot of professors do that. Because obviously you have to have published work in order to get to that level. And what a lot of professors do is they put their own books on the syllabus so that their students have to buy them. Controversy about what? Yeah, it was in the UFC card yesterday. Did he get a 96 years of punishment first? He got 5. Wait, what are you talking about? You talking about Cain Velasquez? He got 5 years, which to be fair was light. As a Spaniard, I would love to see Paddy Pimblett humbling to Puria. I don't like that fake McGregor. Well, he is technically Georgian, so he is a bit of a phony. He is a bit of a phony Spaniard. Is Garcia class or does Onama fucking suck? It's a bit of both. Garcia is class. He's been fucking guys up for a while and not getting recognition. How you doing, Brand Gaming? What's good, man? Good to have you back. Oh, see, I thought the Dumas fight looked fake, but I didn't look at... No, Dumas is just shit and got his ass whooped. But it wouldn't surprise me if that fraud was up to some shady shit as well. If he's still in the UFC after this, he definitely sucked someone's dick. Because he doesn't deserve a contract. The way Cain Velasquez destroyed Brock Lesnar was crazy. I mean, Cain Velasquez, prime Cain Velasquez was amazing. The thing is that we didn't just see enough. We just didn't see enough of it. What do you think about Newcastle getting battered? I'm still a little bit angry about it, but to be honest, yeah, this is football, isn't it, man? We just look tired and shit. But that was a. Here's how I think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, we played Fulham at home last week, and we were fucking shit, and we managed to pull off a win. But we were shit today and lost. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, mate. I think we've had too many games, and we just turned up and didn't play well. We looked tired. We looked like we didn't have any ideas. It is what it is. I mean, we just won 5 and 6 games before that, so I can't really complain too much. We're doing well in the Champions League. We're in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. I can't complain, mate. But yeah, I'm fucking salty about it. Shit performance. I was raging at the time. How you doing, Tino? So it's good, my brother. I'm not saying Dumas would have won if he tried, but he was just conceding range against the cage to set up spins and smiling when he failed. He's probably smiling, thinking, "How the fuck do I even have a job here?" He is genuinely a terrible fighter and a bad human being. So I think he was just thinking about that last paycheck he was going to get. Are you worried for the derby? I'm always worried about derbies, but to be honest, no game is easy at this level. So when will Manchester United win 5 out of 5? Not in our lifetimes. They suck. To be fair, they've been a little bit better lately, but that guy is never cutting his hair. At being, I don't like people who copy others' personalities. As a fighter, he is incredible, but I don't like this guy. Also abandoned his trainers after reaching fame. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I quite like Tapuria. I think he's quite based and funny, and he's an amazing fighter. But I can understand why he rubs people up the wrong way. Hello, Frankie. No, I mean yeah, Bronte the singer. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you fucked her. I don't mean you fuck YouTubers as in you screwed them over. I mean you banged a YouTuber. And I got showed a picture of her, and she looks all right, bro. So fair play to you, you dirty dog. Shout out to Antec, the fucking horse. I love football. Cristiano Ronaldo is my favorite footballer. Do you think he will be able to touch a World Cup trophy? I don't think so. Portugal are way off it. There's probably like 10 international teams that are just better than they are. And he's old as fuck. But he's had an amazing career. I don't think he'll win it. But the fact that you won a European trophy is enough. You know, he won the Euros, which is great. If he could win a World Cup, it would be amazing for him. A good way to, I don't even think he should be playing international football, if I'm being honest. But it is what it is. By the way, yeah, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that would be great. I'd appreciate it. Which UFC fighter is straight but does the gayest shit possible? Well, apparently, yeah, they're saying, yeah, that what's his name? Jordan Levitt has kids and stuff and a wife. And I'd say the same for Chase Hooper as well. Those motherfuckers are zesty as fuck. And apparently they've come in actual women and had children. It's by far Jordan Levitt. He is the gayest fucker I've ever seen. That guy definitely swallows swords in his spare time. His wife is going to catch him in bed with Jeff Molina one day. Adolfo, I don't have a crush on him to give a fuck, but what is he doing in his life? I'm saying Ilya will bit the fuck out of Paddy. 10 out of 10 right now as we talking. Ilya is gonna beat the fuck out of Paddy Pimlet. He will. But the only thing is that Ilya might go in there a little bit compromised because they genuinely hate each other. You're a legend, Tekers. You are, man. Tekers, you filthy scumbag. When Musical brought it up in the stream yesterday, I was like our Tekers, yeah. You took like Antec, yeah. Crazy story, man. Shout out to you. When I was in school, I loved chemistry. And then when I took it as a subject at university, I started hating chemistry. I had the same thing when I tried to take it as an A level. I really enjoyed it at GCSE and thought I was actually good at it. But when I took that level up, I realized how hard it was and how dumb I am. And that I should just stick to my subject. Zesty dumbasses get the most pussy. I don't know about that, man. But androgynous males definitely have a place in society. And some women go for that shit. you know. Jones and Izzy are the zesty. Nah, with I mean, Jones is just straight. He said non-gay fighters though. He said straight fighters that do gay shit. John Jones is a gay fighter. Izzy is into bestiality, you know? If you look at Dagestan, they kiss each other on the forehead, cheeks. Well, nothing wrong in kissing homies though. I mean, the South Africans are up to that shit as well. I don't really have an issue with it. It's a cultural thing. If you look at the last few matches still, Cristiano is carrying Portugal. We scored 70% of the goals of Portugal this year. I mean, Ronaldo's always going to do Ronaldo things. But I just think I just don't think Portugal generally aren't at the level that a lot of teams are. I think Spain are a lot better. I think even England are better, which is crazy to say. There's a few Germany are better. Well, actually, maybe not Germany, but there's a few teams in Europe that I think are just generally better teams than they are. But Portugal have stars and they could get it done. It wouldn't surprise me. And I kind of hope they do. I'm not the biggest Ronaldo fan, but he deserves everything he's got in his career. The only thing is that Paddy might beat the fuck out of Ilya. I don't think there's any way that happens. There's no way. Come guzzling thunder cunt. Smelly's just going off now. If you're really struggling to find bud, just get yourself a tiny inside tent kit and grow your own, bro. Only need 2 plants to be cheaper and nothing better than knowing where it came from. That's not a bad plan. And it could be very easy to look into how to get a setup. I mean, it's not hard to get seeds and shit. I might give that a go. But I imagine there'll be a lot of trial and error getting that done. But I might give it a go. I liked your costume yesterday, Frankie. Thank you, man. It was hot as balls, man. I was sweating my fucking ass. Well, I wasn't really sweating, but I felt hot. I felt like my brain was melting. And I haven't got enough fucking brain cells to go around for that shit. We are going to reach our second World Cup 100%. Definitely. For sure, man. Did you see the Jones has Bueller video? I saw somebody sent me an image of it on Discord. And my guy was definitely bricked up. There's no denying about that. My score also downgraded in university, but when I was in school, my score was always 90% marks in chemistry. When you I mean, the step up between like GCSE, A level to university is fucking crazy. It's a culture shock. What do you think about the eye poke yesterday by that Croatian geezer? It was obviously a pretty bad eye poke, but when you watch it back, as he hit him, his fist kind of skimmed off his hand and then went into his eye. It was a little flick with his little finger. It wasn't like it kind of went little finger in. It felt more like a grazing shot. But they were right to start. They were right to restart the fight. It didn't go too well for me though, because I had Daliha. When's the last time you went to a gym? Probably about a year and a half ago. I don't really like working out in public. I had like an incident when I was in China with some Hong Kong geezer out there who kept trying to give me tips in the middle of my workout and then kept trying to add plates on while I was lifting. So I was just like, fuck this, man. I'm sick of these fucking gym bros that can't just leave you alone. So I stopped going to the gym, but I've got like a little setup in my house that works out pretty well. Just buy yourself a weed plant, Frankie. Grow your do you know what? Yeah, Batman, maybe you can give me a step-by-step guide on how you get it done, because I'm down for that. That's what I'm saying, Techers. It's like he parried it into his own eye. I agree with that take 100%. Dude, Paddy is massive compared to it's not gonna matter. Ilya's clean, man. Ilya's gonna fuck his shit up, and Ilya's really good on the ground as well. I think it's gonna be a destruction. Russia will win. I would love to see Russia win a World Cup. I love Russia. England will win the World Cup. Trust me, there's no way. England are losers. We're never gonna see England win a World Cup in our generation. The other guy is a savage though, beating Daliha after that. The thing is though, yeah, it's a smart thing to do, because when you think you've won, you have like a massive adrenaline dump. It was different with the Garn situation. Much different with the Garn situation, because he didn't think he'd won the fight, so there was no adrenaline. But Daliha thought he'd won, so it was smart of him to get back in there and fuck him up. What's the Insta, mate? My Instagram is at Bad MMA Math. Or if you could join Westy's, because he's more active on there, and then I'll send the link to Westy and you can fire it to you. I'm sorry, Frankie. I was trying to motivate you that day in the gym. It was a Chinese brother. How you doing, Romeo 001? See now, yeah, you've jinxed it, Westy. It's about to get fucking wild in here. Shout out to you, Romeo. Where you from and what's your story? I'm from the UK, but I'm originally Irish. How you doing, sir? I can't read your name, but shout out to you. Is Russia banned? They can't be banned. India's gonna win the World Cup. Oh yeah. India's not that bad at football, to be fair. Yeah, so my parlay got fucked up by fucking Dulgarian. So I'm salty. Bro, LED lights are the one now. Days less heat, power. I mean, I use LED lights in here, but I don't like how it makes my face all bright. I'm not good looking enough here to have a good light shining on me. I'll be honest. Ilya is gonna fuck him up on the stand up and is good enough to not get submitted by Paddy. I completely agree. I think it's gonna be a destruction. I don't think it takes I don't think it takes longer than I don't think it goes past the second round. Ireland will win the World Cup. Don't hurt my feelings here. Ireland haven't qualified. Ireland haven't qualified for a World Cup since like 2002. It's embarrassing. We get fucked up all the time. I should go to Joey the week. Joey 100%. Joey, can you hit me up on Twitter, bro? It's the same link. It's at Bad MMA Math. Hit me up there and we'll get something because I need to learn. I'm seriously going to do this. I'll even document the whole thing. I'll document the growth from beginning to end. How about them Dodgers? How's the Dodgers? They're not in the World Series, are they? Or are they? I got no idea. Of course, they're doing Russians. They're doing their best at making Russians seem like the bad guys. Russians aren't the bad guys. And just in case anybody's wondering what Frankie's best and beloved trolls has a channel, go visit to Smelly Fingers does. Shout out to Smelly's channel. India is 132 ranked by FIFA. Oh shit! I didn't even know there were 132 teams. For growing, not for you. I think this is the way that I've got to go. Frankie, what's your favorite food? I would probably go with Japanese. It's healthy. It tastes good. What happened to your nose? It's embarrassing, Romeo, but I was putting on this very nice jumper that I've got on, and my zip scraped my nose. Cash big on a parlay I had sitting for a few weeks. Oh, so you parlay up like multiple events in a row, yeah? I used to do that, yeah, but I don't have the patience. Do you know Bangladesh? We are better than India at football, but in our fucking football board is stupid, and because of that, we lost lots of excellent players. Who did you lose excellent players to? I mean, it's not hard to be better than India at football. It's not really their sport. Did the Indian women win the Cricket World Cup, by the way? I know there's a red spot on my nose. It's fucking huge, mate. Can't miss it. How you doing, Seth? How you doing, Tiff? Nice to have you back. Is that actually you in your picture, or is that somebody else? They're 200 plus, Frank. So they're gonna win, yeah. People are just manipulated by Western media, thinking Ukrainians are all good while Russians are all bad. I don't think that at all. The reason why Russia are warring with Ukraine, there are loads of good sociological and economical reasons for why that's happening. Russia are basically doing it for a lot of reasons, and it has NATO are just as responsible. Yeah, that's me. Nice one. Cool. I think Russia deserved to play football. I mean, they did wonders in 2018 and won my heart. Yeah, they were good. Don't be so humble, man. You knocked out 4 guys by yourself and got a scratch on the nose. Yeah, man, I didn't lose to a fucking zip. I didn't get TKO'd by a zip. Why would I use another person's picture? This is my actual account. I'm not a troll. Tiff, you know, I'm not saying you would do that, but you know why other people might. Yeah, that nice one was a bit suspicious. It sounded a little bit corny and maybe even like a come on. I apologize about that. I'm going to swiftly move on. There's a fuck you, fucking smelly fingers, man. As soon as it happened, I was like, damn, I know that people are going to start talking about this. Maybe I can come up with like a crazy story. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this, man. I'm just going to keep it real. I lost by decision to a zip. Did your wife get mad about all your game collecting and pop you one? To be fair, yeah, she used to talk shit about it at the beginning, but I told her, listen, bitch, I mean, honey, this is who I am. You can either take it or leave it. And then she didn't talk to me for like a year. I won her back eventually, though. We've got a couple of EPL and Canadian soccer players. Now we've got some players who can beat India in sleep. Forget about the ranking. You've all got to start somewhere. You should see the other guy, right? I totally get it. You're right. But I can assure you, I am a real person. I promise. I trust you completely. I'm not suspicious in the slightest. The fact that you're a female and you're kind of cool, I'm totally buying that. Konstantinos, Polish people hate Ukrainians until the war started. You know, we've got to find a mutual way to get along somehow. Like I said, Frank, better the zipper on your sweater getting your nose than the zipper on your pants getting Crystal. Yeah. I used to say, I don't know how guys get their dicks caught in their zipper, but I'm gonna keep it real with you, yeah. It's happened to me 3 times in my life, and it all happened in the same week. The pain cannot be described. I had one that went through my ball sack. It was so painful. And you can't blame anyone but yourself. It's the dumbest thing you can do. Bro, if you're ever in New Zealand, I'll hook you up. Jack Beats New Zealand is very high on the list. I've heard it's one of the most beautiful countries to go to. So I need to hit it up sooner or later. Frank, what were you saying about me? Oh, I was saying that Hayden could hit you up on Instagram. I wasn't saying anything out of pocket. How you doing, Purple Eyes? What's good, my man? Or female, I'm not sure. Can't tell with the P for P, to be honest. My grandma passed away. I'm really sorry to hear that, Yvonne. Commiserations to you and your family, and I hope the passing was very peaceful. Every time you get your balls, I almost cried. It happened fortunately 2 of the times with a dick, but the ball sack was the worst one. And then going back on it was the worst. I can't remember what movie it happens in, but it was literally like that. It was the worst. Oh, it was in There's Something About Mary. It was very similar to that. Painful as shit. What are y'all talking about? Purple Eyes, we're talking about absolutely nothing of consequence, mate. We never do in here. Crystal, I bet I get a lot of shit very often. I get called. I would take that as a compliment, though, Tiff. If someone's looking at your picture and they're going, yeah, fake bitch, I'd be like, wow, thank you. Yeah, you got to wear that as a badge of honor. You're a female. Where are you from, Purple Eyes? I'm not hitting on you, by the way. I'm very happy. Well, I'm in a relationship. I was about to say I'm very happily in a relationship, but I'm in a relationship. Have any girls ever got their pussy lips caught in a zipper? I guarantee you that's happened. Frankie, I heard Spartans preferred Greek twins over their own women. They were very much up to some zesty shit back in the day. Bro, you should do a gaming stream. Let us see your games. I don't really want to show people how much expensive shit I've got in my house, because then people are just going to roll up on me with fucking AKs. It feels like a really dumb fucking thing to do. I was going to do a stream where like I showed my top 10 most expensive games, but then I thought, I'm just asking to get rolled up on. Frankie, do you know Hamza Chowdhury, the captain of Leicester City? He's playing for Bangladesh right now. He also won the FA Cup, and I do know who he is. He's a baller. I didn't know he was Bangladeshi. Your accent is too good, man. Thank you very much. I get very mixed opinions on my accent in here, to be honest. I mostly get fucking roasted. But thank you, man. I appreciate the compliment. Spartans explored their bodies to get strength. That's the old excuse, yeah. Ain't no AKs in the UK, brother. Whatever the equivalent is. I mean, any gun would be a problem because none of us are packing around here. Tiff is like Agent Smith from The Matrix. To be fair, yeah, Tiff is good people, and I know she's I think you've been in other streams as well, right? From what I know. This is a good community to get involved in. Frankie, are your kids mixed? Yeah, bro. I'm gonna tell you a little secret, yeah. When an Irish person fucks a Chinese person, their kids come out mixed. It's crazy, bro. And you know I don't fuck with white women. No offense to the white women in here. Yeah, Tone, today's been kind of rough, but it's still early. It can only get better from here, my friend. Tone, where are you? Which state? I don't remember. I'm sorry. Imagine how hard it is for me to keep track of this stuff as well. but I do my best. When I was younger, I built a turbocharged quad bike and the turbo was under the seat. I tried to jump the quad, the seat came flying off and my nuts hit the turbo so hard my sack now has a scare. I'm assuming you mean scar. That sounds fucking horrific, mate. Yo, Frankie, what happened in London? I've got no idea. I'm not in London at the moment. You really think I pay attention to anything that goes outside of my own little bubble? I think this is why people are so upset. I know you're mixed. You're mixed Swiss and it's not Lithuanian. Is it Lithuanian? It's Swiss and something else. I know that. It's not Lithuanian. It begins with an L. None taken. Good for you and having a wife and a family. That's a blessing. Yeah, I mean it's like living with your best friend who constantly trolls you and annoys you. It's fucking sensational. He joined Bangladesh this year. Also following his footsteps, there are lots of foreign Bangladeshi. Bro, do you know how many fucking players that play for the English team right now are actually Irish? The little snakes. Jack Grealish is Irish. Declan Rice is Irish. And the worst thing about those two little snaky cunts is they played for Ireland first. Lebanese. That was it. Lebanese. Way better than Lithuanian as a mix. I mean, Lithuanians they have really hot women as well. But that mix sounds a little bit better. Bro, does fapping every day improve cardio? It depends what kind of cardio you're trying to work on, bro. If you're trying to work on like sexual cardio, that wouldn't that's not gonna fly. It's not gonna help your sexual performance. I can tell you that. That's something people miss out on. So good for you. Yeah, man. It's I've had a few touch and go situations, but it's nice to have somebody that you can depend on. Are you Irish? Technically, I am. Yeah. I mean, I've got Irish family. I was born there, but I moved to England when I wasn't even 1 year old. But no, Tiff, it's really nice to have women in here providing like a balanced perspective. Shout out to you, Hayden. I'm looking forward to talking to you later. They are fucking snakes, man. This isn't even spontaneous, man. I've been holding this in my heart for ages. I've just been waiting to say it. I've been waiting to say it out loud. The France team is just an African club. African and Algerian, mostly. But fuck it, man. They're getting the job done. Can you speak Irish then? Of course not. You will be hard-pressed to find anyone in Ireland who speaks that dead language, bro. Yes, sir. That shit gave me PTSD. I've never been on a quad since. I wouldn't get on one again either, to be perfectly honest. Fuck that. What hospital were you born in? Sacred Heart Hospital in Cork City. The same hospital. Actually, do you know what? Yeah, you're trying to dox me, so fuck you, man. That's the last piece of information you're getting out of me. I know who you are, Grey Dave. You little snake in the grass. I have 15 cousins and 13 of them are currently living in the UK. I'm feeling jealous. Don't be jealous, bro. This country is baked, mate. Also, I have 9 close friends. I lost 6. All moved to the UK. What the fuck happened to them? Yeah, Frank, speak Irish once. Pog Mahone, Master the Holly. That means kiss my ass and open the door. Sorry, Dunon Doris, Master the Holly. That means open the door. Do you know cricket? Pog Mahone means kiss my ass. Do you know cricket? Say something about Ion the Snake Morgan. I don't really know anything about cricket. I used to play it and it's amazing to play, but I don't watch that shit. How you doing, Emmanuel Vasta? Nice to meet you. Where are you from and what is your story? Well, I appreciate it. I'm pretty down to earth mostly. Of course, I have my moments, as does the rest of us. Try going online, yeah, and having people say that you're balding and look like a retarded Elon Musk. And try to keep your cool when it goes on for 3 hours. Try to keep your cool when people come in here and tell you you're a fag and that you should suck your own dick. I did add that last part. Hi, Frankie. How you doing, Rem? What's good, man? Really, I'm not that important. I'm not that important. Definitely wouldn't dox anyone. I was just joking with you, Grey Dave. Yeah, Sacred Heart Hospital in Cork Island. That's where I was born. The same hospital as Roy Keane and Dennis Owen. I'd love to visit the UK. I know it's rainy there, which is perfect. You would not be disappointed. It rains here like 70% of the time, and it's amazing. And right now it's dark, cold, and rainy. I could not be happier. Frankie don't know your shit. If you don't want those roadmen to pull up at your house, um, there are no records of me being born at that hospital, and I'm definitely lying. UK is the most depressing city in the world. You're just putting the UK as like a whole city, yeah? UK is depressing as fuck. But British people love complaining, so it's perfect for us. My buddies are doing great in the UK, but my cousins were born there. It's not the thing is that all in all, yeah, it's not that bad to live in. It's really not. Frankie, I heard a UK stabbing on my yeah, there was a stabbing on a train. Funnily enough, yeah, that train goes through the town where I live. So it's crazy. But stabbings happen in the UK all the time because we're just as fucked up as you Americans are, but we don't have guns to do anything. This community is mostly a healthy one. There are some retards like myself, but I can't complain. Bro, I used to be in here by myself just talking. It's amazing. Have you ever met any famous people? I've met some fighters, I've met some football players. It doesn't really mean that much to me, to be honest. They're just humans at the end of the day. Doesn't really bother me. Earlier, some idiot took my picture and made their name Tiff Marie 93 because my name T Marie 93 and started commenting. Yeah, men are fucking weird. But what it is, again, I'll take that as a compliment. It's like the fact that people are willing to look at you and be extremely, they're like, I can't get that woman. And then they start acting up. It's embarrassing. Sorry for our gender, but your gender's kind of fucked up as well. England won the World Cup for the first time in 2019. And you know what? Ian Morgan was the captain of them. His debut for Ireland and then moved. What a snake. I never knew who that was, but fuck that guy. How you doing, top 1%? Oh, we're getting an Andrew Tate quote. My unmatched perspicacity, coupled with my sheer indefatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. God, he's a fucking melt, isn't he? Frank, have you heard France robbery? Which one are you referring to? The Tate brothers salute you. Indeed, they do. Just really weird. I cannot picture myself doing that. People online move weird, though. It's just how it is. Feminists make propaganda to hate men. I mean, we all know that women generally suck, but there's a few that are fine. Tiff is one of them. Really, you think I should take my picture down? Yeah, I probably would. Like, I mean, I put my face on camera and it's been used for very disgusting things. But I mean, it depends on how comfortable you are. I mean, personally, I started going on camera and realized that it's not all going to go nicely for me. But if you're someone who's comfortable in your own skin and you don't get sensitive about what people do with your image, then who cares? Yeah, but it's how do you treat shin splints? I've got no idea. But if you find out though, let me know. How long have you been the top G, Frankie? I'm still waiting for the day, man. I reckon as soon as puberty hits for me, I'm gonna really achieve great things. Are you a man? What's your gender? Of course I'm a man. I mean, barely. I can understand why you're saying that. Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler in the White House. I think that's the most likely. Women suck. I'll spend the rest of my time with my boys and I'll wrestle them. I mean, I always joke about how women are terrible and how they're. The simple fact is that we're just different. We just think differently, and that's how it is. They are enigmas. Was your face used for disgusting things before being on camera? Also, good question, Yuri. Depends what you define as disgusting. Tone knows the kind of stuff that gets to me. Actually, he's seen a few things here and there. I mean, I do have triggers, and they're quite obvious. But I try not to show what they are on camera. But the obvious triggers for me. I'm not going to say what they are, but you can probably guess. Okay, so no fucking gay shit, right? Yeah, no gay shit. We're kind of taking a no tolerance policy on gay trolling. That's been the message that has gone out to the mods. Cause like I say, I don't really mind a little bit of banter, but it just gets exhausting after a little while. All right, I'll have to find something I want to use as my picture then. Thank you guys for the advice. I guess I'm a little bit too naive sometimes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Shin splints require rest and shin compression. Sounds legit. 1% gay recognized gay. Frankie, how does a Chinese and Irish mix looks like? I don't. I mean, obviously, I can't. I've got to be honest here. Like, my kids are all beautiful, but I would think that because they're my kids. I think the most attractive people in the world tend to come from mixed relationships. I'll be honest. It's just about finding that top mix. You've always been very kind to me. It does not go unnoticed, and I appreciate you. I assume you're talking to Westy. You're very welcome in here. Like, I will never make. I'll try to make fun of women way less when you're around, but I can't promise anything because I am a cunt at the end of the day. Salute. Even though I think Tom quit, I hope he gets better. Yeah, his eye is still fucked apparently. And then that whole thing happening with his teammate yesterday was just way too funny. Way too funny. Just give it another 40 years, bros. We're gonna make it, bro. We're gonna get there. What's your ethnicity? Do you mean mine? White Irish. Sup, I'm back. How you doing, Purple Eyes? So, are you a tape pedo follower? With that cringe name, you are getting nowhere. Oh, yeah. Random shout out, but everyone should be able to swim. Random shout out, but everyone should be able to swim. I think it's a skill that you should be able to learn. 100%. You never know when you might need to. I watch NFL occasionally. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, but I don't know when they're playing. I was trying to look up for that. I was trying to look out for it. I watch it occasionally. It is fun to watch. But it's like I said, it's just all them damn breaks, man. I can't take it. Same tone. I tried to picture pulling up on YouTube and making a fake account to bully people. And I cannot see myself doing that ever. So I can't even attempt to relate to that mindset. For me, I kind of feel sorry for people that are like that. I mean, usually when people come in here and troll, I never get offended because I feel more like, what's going on in your life to make you behave like that? It's more of a pity thing. I don't know why I said sup. It's all right, Purple Eyes, man. I appreciate it. Being half Arab, half Lebanese, my European genes just made me look Italian. I really hate that I didn't get my mum's beautiful hair. Italians do have great hair. Frankly, we can't stop making fun of everyone. That's the essence of this channel. The important thing is to remark that we are only joking. I think what happens is people that get real sensitive, they end up leaving and having nothing to do with the channel anymore, which is perfectly fine. Because I would rather, yeah, that people that can, I'd rather we cultivate a community with people that can fucking have a sense of humor. Will you download your consciousness to the AI motherboard in future, Frankie? I absolutely would do that. Do you watch Major League Soccer? Of course not. That shit is whack. But Lane watches a lot of it and she bets on it all the time. So apparently betting on Messi to score and his team to win is a very quick way to make money. Waiting for Marvel's grand revival. Let's see if Doomsday can help it rise from the ashes. And it's over, Anakin. It's over. That movie is going to suck absolute balls. Absolute balls. I love the Jets. Ooh, even I know that's not good. Oh, God. I'm sorry, man. Mine's the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, that's almost as bad. I tease friends, but I don't tease strangers. That seems like a good way of going about stuff, in my opinion. Frankie, we all love each other. No Diddy. There's love all at the core, man. Napoleon is alive. He's probably got his head in a jar somewhere, like Futurama style. I'll quote words and intentions back at YouTubers because the hypocrisy is funny to hear. I'm glad when I pointed out and you backed down on the anti-woman talk. You clearly aren't familiar with this channel. And if you think I'm somebody that backs down from anyone, you've definitely misunderstood me, sir. Your name is Frankie. My name's Francis, actually. And I don't go with Frankie just because I'm trying to hide my name or anything. It's just what some people call me. Some people call me Frank. Some people call me Frankie. Some people call me Francis. Some people call me cunt. It definitely depends. How you doing, Noel Owiti? The Randy Brown card is so bad. It's almost as bad as this one. There's a couple of little sleepers on there, but Apex cards just generally suck. And with the ESPN deal coming to an end imminently, we're gonna have to deal with a couple of sucky cards. It just is the way it is. I think Putin is a cunt. No one else. Putin amuses me. I'll be honest, he really does. The Jets are nosediving this year. I would have preferred to keep Rodgers and lose over this fresh group of losers. You're not wrong, man. By the way, I think the draft system obviously encourages tanking, which isn't always great. And I'm a Warriors fan, and I've come to the conclusion that we're gonna suck for life. I'm never gonna see us win a championship again. What did you think of the Waldo Acosta fight? Um, well, I think it was the right thing. I think it happened. I think it happens, you know. Shit like that happens. I'm glad that they continued the fight. It's a little bit harsh on it's a little bit harsh on the Croatia Delia. It was harsh on him because he was on his way to winning that fight, had the adrenaline dump and got smacked. But that's what you get when you poke somebody in the eye, accidentally or not. My profile is definitely not me and some handsome man I found on the internet. I was just gonna say this. I was just gonna say that, bro. Nobody is that good looking. Frank, what happened to your nose? I was scuba diving and accidentally poked my nose against something hard. You clearly softened your words about women when you read out my previous talk, saying we just think differently. Nah, bro, that's genuinely what I think. I troll women all the time and I talk bullshit, but ultimately I just think that we're different and that they're wrong. Hi, how you doing, Gracie? What's good? My pronouns are she, them, and they, her. Have a great day. Thanks for letting me know, man. I couldn't have gone for the rest of my life without knowing what your pronouns are. This whole pronoun race shit is so fucking jarring. How you doing, Moody? What's good, man? Sorry to ignore. I'm not ignoring you, Gracie, but we're in. My thing is stuck in top chat. I don't know how to fix it. So occasionally messages don't filter through in the correct way to me. I would never ignore anyone unless you're a cunt. Avatar is building a legacy the world's never seen before. The story, the visuals, the emotion, it's pure magic. People aren't just watching it, they're living it. That movie is absolute dog shit, mate. There's no story whatsoever. It's basically a visual fucking orgasm. That's all it is. You mentioned toning it down, and now some others have as well. You're actually a He-Man women hater in here. Are you usually a He-Man women hater in here? I do come across that way sometimes because I speak from personal experience with women, and I spend a lot of my life trying to understand women and why certain things I do are never good enough. But I've learned to give up and just to do it and just to live with it, you know? Frankie, the Croatian got mogged. Come on. No, I thought he was doing all right. The eye poke obviously changed the fight. And you know what it's like to have an adrenaline dump. Maybe. Nah, you genuinely look like Napoleon. No kidding. Man, that fucking hurts. He was an ugly cunt. I'm a solid 5, bro. You look like a Spurs fan. How dare you? I'd probably take that today. I'm a Newcastle fan and I am still cringing from embarrassment. Lil Rascal's He-Man Women Hater Club. It is what it is. Flipping it around, you claimed 40-something, English professor, and your influence on young males is leading them to be incels. This is clown show. Just come on the panel, man. Just come on the panel and stop being a coward. Stop dropping this passive-aggressive shit in here. I just speak about my own personal experiences, and I never direct people to having a way of thinking about anything. And to be perfectly honest here, considering how much shit I talk in here, I do try to be positive most of the time and give good advice where I see fit. I'm not a troll, and this is certainly not an incel breeding ground. You utter scumbag. There's nothing wrong with expressing your own opinion and feelings on your own channel, no matter who agrees, disagrees. And that's the thing. What I tend to do is, often what happens is as well, I read people's chats out and they come in at the wrong time and they think that I have those opinions. And then they don't even hang around for me reacting or responding to those comments. So I do often get branded with the wrong brush around here. But like I said, I'm just stating my opinion. If no, and like Tiff said, I'm just stating my opinion. If you don't agree with it, I'm more than willing to have a fucking intellectual conversation about it. What's up, Frank? How you doing? Hi, Observer. Good to have you back as always. Aren't you a real Irish with like 5 sisters? You should have grown up around. No, I don't have 5 sisters. What the fuck are you talking about? My pronouns are mechanic farmer. Sorry, sir, but what are you guys talking about? I also joined late. Gracie, we're talking about whatever you want to talk about. You are. Did you talk about the Dulgarian fight fixing? We did talk about it at the beginning. Haunter, what's your take on the whole thing, by the way? You can't make sense of this. of the illogical, Frankie. 100%. You know, I always try to though. Anyway, who, what, when, how. The point is, yeah, I always speak exactly how I feel about things because I genuinely don't care what reaction it gets. This channel isn't monetized. I don't answer to any sponsors. I don't answer to anyone but myself. If I genuinely offend somebody, I hold my hands up and apologize for that because that's never my intention. But my opinions and views are always real and authentic to who I am. And if you don't like it or think that I'm glazing or not being true to myself, then you can get the fuck out of here after you like and subscribe. I think that the era of anime has finally begun. Its popularity is skyrocketing like never before. I mean, it's been popular, but it certainly is more like global now. I think you have to. Oh, mate, I'm very familiar with Stoke accents. Don't you worry. I've got the translator ready. See you soon, mate. My battery is low. Travis Pedro, thank you very much for turning up. Tiff, it must be very hard being a woman on this space because people can't help but be weird. How you doing, honored half? He conquered Mars. I'm 100. Who conquered Mars? What happened to your nose, Francis? This fucking zip, bro. I got a little bit too excited getting dressed today and nicked myself on the nose. I've been here a couple of times and you definitely seem like a good guy. Shout out to you, 666. I appreciate that. And that's especially nice with especially the name that you're packing. I appreciate that. Your nose is getting more and more crooked every passing day. Doesn't really limit my activities, to be fair. I'm doom scrolling and landed on your stream a few times over the last few weeks. You've responded to most of my comments, to be honest. I always try to. I mean, the thing is, yes, it's the least I can do for people who come in here and waste their time listening to me waffle. So at the very least, you can get a response. What I fear I just end up getting scolded by you. You seem so short-tempered, sir. I don't think anyone's really ever had that opinion of me, to be honest, but I'm a very, very hard person to trigger because I consider myself a very balanced person. But I don't know. How does one make sense out of a golden shower? Damn. Oh yeah, he's an autist. I'm creasing. After you like and subscribe. Exactly. You can insult me all you want. You can say how fucking crooked my nose is. You can go at me all you want. But like and subscribe. This channel, I'll be honest with you, yeah, it has nothing to do with me. I've said this a million times and I'm not even glazing. This channel is all about the people that come in here. If nobody came in here, I would have nothing to say. And that's the honest truth. Do you like One Piece? I love One Piece. I've actually got a Luffy tattoo. But I wish I'd waited a little bit longer because I've got like I think I've got like a Gear 3 or Gear 4 form of Luffy on my arm. I can't remember which one. I didn't know he was going to keep evolving. I don't know how animes work. Apparently, Frank is no longer a fence sitter. I never really was. I think what it is yeah, because I try my best not to like just be really insulting to people. It appears that because what I try to do is I try to understand everyone's point of view, even if I don't agree with it. And sometimes that can come across as fence sitting. Frankie, I like your quarter zip. It's nice, isn't it? It's nice. It's real professor like this jumper. Sorry, I'm way behind in the chat. I stole a $12 lobster from Tesco today. Shout out to you, bro. £12 is actually cheap for these days, man. Are you going to boil that sucker yourself or are you going to sell it on? Frankie, Giuliano is live and he's saying you have a beluga forehead. He's got a point. I mean, I do. But my forehead isn't that bad, yeah. It's just that I don't have a fringe. If you go back to my earlier streams, my fringe is down and my hair is longer. And nobody said anything about my forehead. So everyone has a forehead, you cunt. It just depends on whether you display it or not. My forehead is fine. Bubblegum girls or goth girls? What's a bubblegum girl? I know what goth girls are, and they are some of the biggest freaks I've ever encountered. I'm not sure what a bubblegum girl is. Can you educate me on that one? I'm sorry that's what I deserve, sir. I don't mean to be I don't take it as disrespect. I just think it's interesting. I just think it's very interesting. What's Giuliano's channel name? It's Giuliano Argenti MMA. I believe. You do miss a lot of comments from a lot of people. Is there a way to change how you view comments? It's because I'm using something called Restream, which automatically sets comments into top messages, which I can't change, unfortunately. I've tried to message them about it and complain about it, and they just tell me to shut up and stop being a little bitch. But I'm assuming it's something that they're working on doing. Thank you for that, Hampton Brandon K from Slauson. Quite the name. It should be like and subscribe for Halloween. That's a very good one. I like that. It just gets too busy in here. I mean, to be fair, it seems like a crazy thing. I'd never want to complain about that because and also because when I see certain chats, I start waffling and then things fall behind and then I lose control. You missed the fireworks, I take it. No, we still got November 5th, right? The fireworks around there are fucking shit though. They're usually like 10 minutes long and they're budget. I live in a small town, innit? So I just love people who talk a lot. I think it's the accent that is scaring me because I'm not used to that heavy American accent. I've actually got a British accent, Gracie. So it's even worse. My dog can speak. What have you been smoking? Nah, I'm going to cook it in garlic butter. Wow, that's garlic butter and lobster just goes together so well. You and Gio don't get along. Now we get along fine. He comes onto panels all the time. I think people misunderstand it, yeah, because sometimes like I'll have him on my panel and then we'll have like little arguments and stuff. But no, we're boys, man. I like Gio. I've got a lot of time for him. I think he's a funny guy, and having him on here, he's a very smart guy who sometimes does very dumb things, but his heart's in the right place. And I like him. He's my boy. Giuliano just told Brendan K on live that you invited him to go on a trip to Thailand, but he didn't because there were the lady boys allegations around you. You mean the ones that he helped spread, yeah? I mean, he's acting like if he comes to Thailand with me, he's obligated to fuck ladyboys. That's a weird take, but I know he didn't say that. If you had to fight one professional MMA fighter and win to get 1 billion, who would you choose to fight and what would you rate your chances? I would give myself an honest chance of 0 because they're trained fighters. It would have to be somebody who's really dumb in MMA that might make a mistake, that might give me an opening. I'm trying to think of someone who's really small and really dumb. Can I throw a few women in there? Frank occasionally cooks gilly. I do not cook gilly. That's untrue, sir. That's slander. You'll be hearing from my attorney. I have subscribers. Don't I need 50 to live stream anyway? Subscribe to Tiff Tack Patty Whack. And Tiff, let's get Tiff on Tiff. If you ever want to jump on here, you're more than welcome. By the way, you want to get your personality out there, you're more than welcome. Dude, shopping was 28 and I managed to steal £20. I got a whole lobster, crab apples, and cheese strings. Shout out, bro. Fuck it, man. They rob from us each and every day. So Conor McGregor is pretty dumb. Conor McGregor would fuck me up in about 4 seconds, even though he's real dumb. Frankie, why are Lebanese women so underrated? Bruv, that's what you want. You want them to remain underrated so that you can keep them all for yourself. Think about the long game, bro. Well, I guess I couldn't if I wanted to. I guess I actually need to post videos. You should, yeah. Honestly, I would say this to anyone, yeah. Just post your first video and give it a try. Because if I can do it, literally anyone can do it. Literally anyone. Did you talk about the card yet? I did talk about it. But if there's something specifically that you want to bring up, by the way, shout out to Tyler Betts. He also has a really great channel. Give the guy a subscribe and watch some of his videos. He's a very entertaining creator as well. India win the Cricket World Cup 2025. I mean, it is the women Ankush, so it doesn't quite count, but shout out to them anyway. Great panel yesterday. I enjoyed it more than the shitty card. Musical is always incredible value, man. He's great to talk to. And the lad that was on with him as well was a really based lad as well. I really enjoyed going back and forth with him. My son ended up waking up in the middle of the night, so I had to bail early. But it was really fun, and I really wish I do more panels with those guys. Great panel yesterday. Oh, I just read the same thing out twice. Sorry. So you guys, what you need to do is you need to hit that like button, leave the stream, hop on into your liked videos and re-enter the stream, and you can get all the links. Beautiful. I'm not racist, so let's not say things like that, please. Who said something racist? You don't put up with that kind of thing around here. Only the host can be racist, but in a funny way. He is indeed. I mean, I don't know him personally, but at first he seems so short-tempered. Like, I'm genuinely scared of people who lose their shit easily. I don't think I ever lose my shit. I'm quite a patient person. You're right. If they understood those disgusting passport bros won't go there for them women, it's genius. Exactly, bro. Be selfish when it comes to the game. In fact, Paddy is a slur. I don't really mind it. I've never been bothered by Paddy. It's fine. We call ourselves Paddies as well. So yeah, Tiff, if you ever feel like jumping on a panel one day, you're more than welcome. And let's try and get Tiff up to 50 subs and get her jumping on YouTube, because it is fun. It is fun to do. Sometimes it can be a bit tiring, but I'm glad that I did it. Tiff, do you care if I post your link in another stream and get you to the... Let's 100% do that. Let's do everything we can to get Tiff to 50 subs at least today. Someone made a fake account with my picture of Facebook and joined the chat on here with it. To be honest, I was flattered they took the time. It's amazing, isn't it, Hayden, how weird people can be. Can I get a cup of water? Absolutely, Angel. I mean, are you asking for me to give you one, or are you asking... That sounded wrong. Or are you asking for permission to go and get one? I think I'm going to allow this. I think I'll allow this. Brown or Bonfim? I don't trust Bonfim, you know. I think he's a better mixed martial artist all round than Brown, but he's a dumb son of a bitch. So I don't know. I'm edging Brown on that one, but I'm not going to be betting on it. So I can't really advise you to do the same. Can we say some Paddy jokes in the chat? Absolutely. Is it like gooning? Gooning can be tiring. I can imagine it can be very tiring. I don't know enough about MMA though, so I don't know how happy people will be to see me. But yeah, that would be cool. Well, you barely hear me speaking about MMA in here. You can just go on and talk about whatever you feel like. Whatever you feel like talking about. Also, Fight Fairy, when Fight Fairy first joined, she didn't know that much about MMA, and now she really knows her stuff. And she's a woman who does it really, really well. So shout out to her. Yeah, it doesn't have to be MMA. It can be anything. You can just talk about your life experiences and, you know, things you enjoy. Your frankest empire has a strong pro-hydration stance. 100%. Keep hydrated, motherfuckers. Would you ever prefer a twink over a beautiful lady? No, cooked lady. Stop asking. Cooked lady? Cooked sushi. Stop asking me this question. I mean, I guess ask me again tomorrow. Maybe I'll change my mind. Gay teacher finna touch you. Should I face him with my sword? I've totally lost the context of this one. I'm assuming you had another chat before this. Hey, I great to see you. How you doing, Anmol Mohan? Nice to see you, bro. Where are you from? I'm not going to take a guess because that would be racist. Well, I pissed Gio off when I was having a normal conversation in how MMA things, so I don't intend on making that. Gio doesn't really get that pissed off, does he? Gio's generally quite chilled. I mean, we rib him all the time and we banter with him all the time and he can take it. Never forget Fight Fairy dropping the hard on stream. Did she? She doesn't seem like the type. Joe Rogan is another woman that... Hang on a sec. Joe Rogan is another woman that talks about MMA really well too. Joe Rogan is... The stuff he said, he's definitely on the gateway to... He said some genuinely gay shit. If you think I'm bad, yeah. Didn't Joe Rogan talking about wanting to be a woman so that he could know what it's like to get dicked down and what it would like to be pregnant? He's mad. He's on a mad one. I don't know hardly anything about MMA. I enjoyed the chat though. This isn't... Yeah, I mean, we talk about everything. I mean, over the last few weeks, we've talked about movies, we've talked about games, we've talked about books, which was a really fun one for me. We talk about vagina and all of their merits. It's amazing. Is it cold in the UK? Well, it's cold now, yeah, but it's going to get worse. It's getting closer and closer to the zeros now, so we've got some frost on its way. So, but I'm looking forward to it. One Piece manga is on fire these days. The hype's at an all-time high. I've heard that what's his name, the guy who writes all the mangas. I've heard he's quite sick at the moment. So hopefully he finishes the story before you know, he burns himself out. Frankie, have you ever been touched by anyone in your life? What are you implying, sir? All right, I guess I'll ask something else. You seem so knowledgeable. Give me some tips on how to reduce overthinking because I need it for real. What do you tend to overthink about, Gracie? Because I'll be honest, yeah, I've had issues of that in the past as well, and I've especially had problems with it in terms of going to bed and sleeping. What you need to do, what I would advise you to do, is distract yourself with something you enjoy. So I read a lot, and I might watch something for enjoyment, and I just kind of distract myself from like over intrusive thoughts that kind of, you know, overtake things. These comments are so fast, mine is barely noticeable. I know it's fucking crazy in here sometimes. I'm from India. I will feel shame if anyone asking my country, so I decided when I grow up I will leave this rubbish country. There are many merits to your country, sir, and feel proud of where you come from and take all the good and mask all the bad stuff. That's how you do. Imagine if Rogan came out as trans. He's on his way, mate. Robert Irwin was a good chat as well. Rogan said he's okay with unshaved, strong women, and yeah, real close. I remember that. I mean, I don't really watch Joe Rogan podcasts anymore because they're all just a little bit too much. But tits, fire, and music. I'm not very good at talking about music. I'll be honest. I don't know that much about it. I really don't. I'm very musically retarded. I used to be quite good at like making music as well. As in, I was quite good with a musical instrument, but I've never really been that good with I've never really been that good in terms of artists and keeping up to date with stuff. My knowledge on music is shoddy. I overthink about people would say if I get distant or if chill out or even express myself fully rather than people pleasing. Gracie, just be yourself at all times. The real ones will stick with you. The ones you want will fuck off and you're better off without them anyway. Is it true that one time Mike Tyson wanted to fuck a gorilla, but the zookeeper didn't allow it? What? My name is Francis, but you can call me Francis or Frankie or Susan, whatever makes you happy. Hey Frankie, I have a joke in my mind, and the joke is like, why did the influencer go broke? Because his followers didn't actually follow him to the bank. That is awful. But shout out for trying. How you doing, Jock? What's good, man? My boy Jock. How you doing, brother? Frankie stole that costume after Bodak built his PC. True story, I did. But he left cameras all over the house, so I think we're even. The only problem with overthinking is feeling pressure about wanting to stop doing it. Same with insomnia. The advice to do something else and ignore it is solid advice. I appreciate that, man. Again, I tend to give advice on things that I generally have experience on. How old are you? Are you asking me, Tiff? I turned 41 last week. I dressed up as Taco Bell for Halloween and I got my kitty cat out. Shout out to all the slags in the world. Never slag shame. We need you in our lives. Keep what you're doing. Keep up what you're doing. We appreciate you. Never change. Shit just hasn't been the same since they shot Harambe. By the way, guys, I hate to do this. It's like I really hate saying this because it always sounds like begging. If you wouldn't mind liking the stream and potentially subscribing if you haven't, we're very, very close to getting to 2K. Well, not that close, but we're getting closer. And I'm hoping to try and get there by the end of the year. So any help you could do with that would be amazing. Shout out to the slags. We love you. Never change. I overthink constantly. It's a very hard thing not to do, but it's a sign of growth and it's a sign of somebody who wants to reflect and to be better. So it's hard to do so. Yeah, shout out to the Twinks as well. Why not? Why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing. That's actually decent. That's a sick dad joke. You're gonna buy Douglas We Love he has We Love Pingers shirts. Fuck off, he doesn't. I'm gonna cop that merch like as soon as possible. I'm gonna get on Crossovers merch as well. 41, sir. Damn, I thought you were 23 to 26. I love when people ask my age because I can say that and then get glazed a lot. It's fucking amazing, man. Sub to Jock. Absolutely sub to Jock. Jock is the man. Do you like football? Which kind of football? The real kind or the American fake kind where they use their hands? I like both, to be fair. How you doing, Roy Roast? I am eagerly waiting for the fight between Islam and JDM. What do you think? Will this fight be fight of the year? I think it's got the potential to be so. I don't want to overhype it too much. but I think it could be amazing. Have you got donations turned off? I'm not monetized, Jock, and I never will be. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the pussy. God, I love pussy. Have a good rest of the day later. Peace, peace. Take it easy, Tone K. Thank you so much for turning up. You are the man. Another joke be like, why did the Wi-Fi break up with the router? Because it found a better connection. I need to start writing these down because I need to have some dad jokes on tap. Have you started snowfall yet? It doesn't always snow here every year, but I really love it when it does because I love snowfall. I really do. I'm weird, yeah. I'm one of those people who really enjoys just terrible shit weather. I love it. How much does a woodchuck wood? Everyone always talks about your age. Me too. I'm 38 going on 12. I bet you look fucking fantastic as well, Dank. Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to the unks in the stream. Apparently, we've got a whole load of 60 plus year olds in here. Shout out to you. I don't know what you're doing watching my fucking midget ass, but I appreciate the watch hours. Much love to everyone. Life's shit, but I love my kids and family. It's the only thing that keeps me going. My kids are the best thing about my life. And my son is based as fucked. Tulio or CLD? I've got to go with Tulio. I think they're both really good fighters. But to me, yeah, Christian Leroy Duncan makes way too many dumb decisions in the cage. And I think Tulio is a little bit more thoughtful in his processes. CLD does have the ability to kind of shut the lights out, and he is very, very dynamic. But I think Chulio is very explosive. He's more thoughtful in what he does, and I think he's going to end up getting a finish. It's going to be a great fight, though. That is a great fight. I have never seen snow. The best time I ever saw snow was when I went to Hokkaido in Japan, and I swear to God, I felt like I was in a fucking cartoon or something. It was it was the most profound thing I ever saw. It was beautiful, and I'll never forget it. And I would love to go back there in December just to experience that again. Literally, just everything blanketed in white snow. It was amazing. And when you get real heavy snowfall, it's amazing. Sir, do you believe in zodiac signs? And what is yours? I am a Scorpio. I don't necessarily believe in them. I do think they're quite generic, but there is some truth to them in some extent. Prates or Edwards? Prates. And I love Leon Edwards, or I did until he betrayed me. But thoughts on Chris Duncan and how far he could go in the lightweight division? I think he's a based Scottish monster. I think his Chad-like nature will get him just outside the top 5. I don't think he'll ever be a champion. But I've been saying for a while that Chris Duncan's going to lose. Chris Duncan's going to lose, and he never does. I don't think he'll get to championship level, but he's gonna win some good fights, and he's gonna have some great fights. He might even get as far as a title fight if he keeps doing what he's doing. Hokkaido snow is great. 4 years in a row traveling there. I've never seen anything more beautiful in my life. Is this the nerd channel? Kind of. Kind of. Frankie Jock is a massive Chris Duncan nonce, as he should be, man. Chris Duncan is amazing. I keep thinking he's gonna lose, and he just doesn't. He just doesn't, and I love him for it. I've invited a few people for tonight's live too, lad. I really appreciate that, man. I'll send you I'm gonna send a link to by the way, did you add me on Instagram or did you add Westy? I'm gonna send a link in about 15 minutes. So we'll have a good old chat for about half an hour. I think it would be sweet. Should I be nervous? I talk to people all the time. It's gonna be fine. It rarely snows here anymore. It will get very cold, but maybe a few flurries here and there. It's sad. Yeah, we don't consistently get it every year, but when it comes, it fucking I was about to say it really comes hard. I really can't fucking help myself, can I? Why did the calendar look so popular? Because it had a lot of dates. All right, so I'll give that a 5. How did Burger King get Wendy pregnant? He forgot to wrap his Whopper. I've heard that before, and it never gets old. I added you on Instagram. You can't. You also added me on Discord, right, or on Twitter. I've definitely responded to you. Nerd channel with MMA. The fact that anyone would describe this as nerd content really warms my balls. It really does. Time for a quick vape. Yeah, Octogram, I couldn't help myself. We had multiple deer families, mum and young, walking out of the forest and across the closed slips outside our room at the ski resort. Damn, man, you balling like that? I've never gone skiing, mostly because of the Michael Schumacher situation. I'm like, if he can't handle his skis, I've got no chance. Yeah, major pause. Thank you, Frankinator. Smelly, I'm so glad you're back here full time, you base son of a gun. I love you too, man. You know I do. You know I do. Yeah, quick. I didn't even do it. I fucking stopped the camera and then forgot to do it. Hang on a sec, boys. The screen's going black because I'm currently using a vape, which is really zesty, and I don't want to influence people in this stream. Although I think people are doing way worse things right now than I am. Hayden, this is me. If you need, yeah, Westy, I'm gonna send you the link. How the fuck am I gonna do this now? Do you know what? Yeah, I'll just had to adjust the butt plug again. Fucking hell. I'm not fucking entertaining this kind of chat. I'm not doing it anymore. Skiing is easy. We're just getting our son into it. Hokkaido slopes are easy as fuck. It's something that I feel like I have to try at some point in my life because I've heard it's amazing. I knocked out a guy for the first time this week. It's not a nice feeling, is it, Sarfak? I thought it would be amazing the first time I did it, and to be honest, it's the scariest thing. Nothing like thinking about a 25 to 50-year bird. You know what I mean? Especially with my look, I'd get finished in there. Mad respect for not showing that on stream, to be honest. Yeah, it's a habit that I'm trying to kick at the moment. I'm down to like my first 5 packs, and I'm planning on not re-upping when I finish them. So, yeah, it's not something that I think is a particularly good habit to have. No, I don't mean to apologize. Don't apologize, ma'am. Fucking hell. For God's sake. For God's sake. Frank, if you send me the link, I'll do it on Instagram. Hang on a second. Let me just copy it. Hang on a sec. Hopefully Instagram will open on here. Give me a second. Oh, fuck, I'm not even logged in on Instagram. Hang on a second. What I'll do is I'm going to email it to myself now. Oh, why am I typing an email? Fucking idiot. Sorry, my face looks very shiny right now. I apologize for the jump scare. I'm going to email this to myself now, and then I'm going to Westy. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp. Drinking is nothing. Vaping is garbage, especially with the shit that's being. I wish the thing is that I wish I'd never started it. I used to smoke cigarettes as well. I gave them up during the pandemic. How old was you when you knocked out a guy? I was in my 20s, and it was really, really scary. And I didn't really mean for it to happen that way. We were arguing over a fucking taxi, believe it or not, getting into a taxi. The guy tried to push past me and get in a taxi, and I grabbed him by like the belt and like pulled him by his ass out of the taxi. And then we got into an argument, and then he headbutted me, and then I elbowed him across the chin, and he just went down like a fucking sack of spuds, mate. It was so scary. I thought I'd fucking killed him. Why wouldn't you do a fundraiser for marathons? They just take the money and run. Oh, mate, you are disgusting. That is disgusting. Hang on a second. Sorry, guys. I just remembered I've emailed that to myself. Hang on, Westy. Let me just copy this link. Sorry for the lag, boys. My brother just sent me something really insulting. Hang on a second, boys. There we go. Don't send on WhatsApp. Fuck's sake. Should I do it on Discord? Because I don't have Instagram on my phone either. Can I send it on Discord? I like vaping. I just lose my vape all the damn time. The worst time when it happened to me was when I was abroad and I couldn't get another one. I was pissed. I was pissed. Westy, can I send it to you on Discord? Can you message me on there? Westy, 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 Westy. Oh, you don't use Discord either, do you? Fuck me, this is going to be a problem. Tone K, thank you for the Bodak costume comment. I appreciate it, man. Westy, I've sent it to you on WhatsApp. I'm not sure where else to send it. Grabbing him by the ass is kind of... I didn't grab him by the ass. I grabbed him by the belt. Which isn't much better, to be fair. Islam buy whatever he wants. I think it's going to be a very, very hard... I think it's going to be a very, very hard fight for both men. If I'm being honest. No, fuck Discord. I can't get on Instagram on here or on my phone. It's on my main PC. Which means that I have to leave this room, go into my spare bedroom and do it that way. But if you insist that WhatsApp isn't going to work, I'll do it that way. Vape is for mouth breathers. It is. Take it easy, 10,000 Bs. You Kentish fucking slag you. Thank you very much for turning up. As always, I really appreciate you, man. Like I said, boys, if you wouldn't mind liking the stream, I'd really appreciate it. We're doing really well on subscribers these days. And the likes are looking nice. So thank you very much to all of you. Thank you, Westy. I really appreciate it, bro. Anakin, this is fucking... I can't keep up with these jokes, man. How to fight a 6'5", 250-pound Marine. Shoot him. I don't even think that would work. Frankie's a 28-year-old billionaire. He does it for the love of the game. If I was a billionaire, I'd be dead already. I don't know why everyone thinks that fight was a scam. That dude Isaac fought was no joke. It's not because of the way he fought. It's because of it has nothing to do with the way the fight went down. The fight looked perfectly legitimate. It was the fact that the betting lines went so crazy that it looked suspicious. And then the fight happened to end in the way that the betting line shifted. So that's what the problem is. I'm waiting for Hayden to follow me before I even try. Shout out, bro. Make this a nerd stream. What are your computer specs? I don't know what they are. I recently bought a new PC. So it's top of the line, mate. It's real good. Basically, I got a friend of mine, Bodak, to basically send me a list of things to buy to have like a super PC, and then he sent them to me. And then he came over and helped me build it. So I know fuck all, mate. I knocked out a 6'2" guy at the mall after we got into an argument, and he started calling my mum names, and I lost it and started throwing hands. For your information, I'm 6'5", 100 kilograms, and I wrestle, so I had the upper hand. Your name is Sarthak Gupta. However, everyone on the internet is 6'5" or higher. Not that I'm saying that you're a liar or anything, but I'm going to be honest with you. The person that I knocked out was like 5'3", but I'm only 5'7", so it's his fault for fucking with a giant. Do you know what I mean? I'm back again, but on Monday I have a fucking SA, so I can't stay long because I have to study. I hope the exam goes well, Purple Eyes. Keep up the good work and keep striving to be everything you can be. A booby trap. That is sick. Give me the easiest way how to knock out a gym guys in just one punch. I punch like a pussy, mate. Can you send me $50? Yeah, I could, but I'm not going to. Hayden, here's what you do. Make sure you've liked the stream, then close the stream and go into your liked vids and reopen the stream. I didn't even know that you could do that. This is why you guys are just so amazing. Anyway, we're getting ready any moment from now to invite a guest into the stream. It's going to be in about 10 minutes or so. So when Hayden gets his stuff sorted out, he's going to jump into the stream. and we're just gonna vibe and maybe ask him a few questions about some of his experiences. So if you guys want to hang out for that, that would be really sick. Um, I do feel like I need to grab a. I'm gonna try and get through the stream as much as I can because I'm actually flagging from hunger right now. And I don't want to eat on the stream. What I might do is though I might order food while I'm here, so that at least I can fucking chow down as soon as the stream's over. Because I ain't cooking tonight. That ain't happening. Frankie tried streaming family dinner and ended up commentating like it's a title. What does a robot do after a one night he nuts and bolts? That is fucking sick. How are you doing, Fall Creeth God? Nice to see you, sir. I have no idea what you're saying, but shout out to you. I'm sorry, I'm not sending any more money, Georgina. I've been scammed too many times in my life and I don't like it. So get a fucking job. Although if you are going through very hard times, I'm very sorry to hear that. I am a subscriber. Thank you very much. I can't send money to people anymore. I just it tends to always go badly. I think I'll go with a burrito. I think I'll fuck with a burrito, man. I'm kind of hungry today. Sorry, guys. I know this is not ideal, but I haven't eaten shit today. Mukbang video never gonna happen. People be acting like tall Indians don't exist. Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't say that in as many words, but I'm just joshing you, bro. I've met some tall Indians in my day, but it's not like there's millions of you running around. Frankie says he's streaming MMA, but half the chat just want to hear his accent and say, "Let's extra cilantro." You're a cilantro guy, yeah? Why the fuck can't I do this? Sorry, guys. I don't mean to orders. There we go. I'm just gonna order what I ordered last time. Let's just make this all quick as possible. No, I want to order it again. I mean, 5'6" isn't that bad. Let's not hurt all the short kings now. How many hot dogs could you eat in a sitting, Frankie? It depends how big they are. Fucking hell, man. That one's not my fault. Reorder. There we go. There we go. Okay. Sorry about the all right. All done. Let's go. All right. Frankie, pin this for Hayden, please. Hang on a second. I will do that right now. Shit. Sorry for the lag here, boys. I really cannot do more than one. I can't multitask. Hang on a second. All right. 5'6" is bad, bro. I mean, I'm 5'7". Frankie, I think you're I'm definitely not a feminist. I can never be accused of that shit. But the harsh thing is the UK to let huge amount of Bangladeshi in the past COVID years. That's why a lot of unskilled Bangladeshi people enter the UK. We do that sometimes. We do that sometimes. Sometimes we get a little bit too like immigration heavy and we let people in that we shouldn't. But you know, it is what it is. 5'6" is victim height. Smelly, how tall are you? Roham, how's it going, bro? What are you up to tonight? And where you from, sir? Maverick, get the fuck off my dick. Maverick, if the more you tell him to get on your dick, the more he's gonna bounce on that thing. I personally don't give a fuck. Get you a feed, man. Appreciate that, Jack Beats, man. I don't usually order food, to be honest, but it's late. I've got work tomorrow. I can't be bothered to cook tonight. I don't know what made me think I don't know what made me think of a burrito right now, but I'm proud of my decision. Frankie, did you get the czar? I didn't, man. I didn't. It's unfortunate. I'm still on it. I'm 5'10" and a quarter, yeah. You fucking bullshitter. Send the kid timeout 2-3 minutes and forget. How'd you have a pimple? It's not a pimple, it's a little cut. I was a bit, like I said, I was a bit excited getting my jumper on today, and then I fucking grazed it. Yes, I'm that embarrassing. I'm that embarrassing. Why do they let unskilled people take skilled people, which can improve UK and also a reputation for their country? But how do you prove if somebody's skilled or unskilled? Because people can fake it until they make it. I was watching another stream the other week where they just waited outside one of the hotels the immigrants stay at. Was weird to be recommended that stream. Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, whenever you get recommended stuff like that, it's kind of worrying, isn't it? That's the kind of person that YouTube or the algorithm thinks you are. Burrito sounds fire. Got myself a few quesadillas as well, just to really get it done. Frankie, by any chance you visit a live fight in the UFC? Like, I went to UFC 304, and it was dog shit. It was way too expensive, but it was good for the experience. But it is what it is. I can't do this, boys. Hayden, don't worry, yeah. What we'll do is, yeah, we'll work. Maybe what we could do, yeah, is we could do it on Tuesday. So what I'll do is, if you add me on Instagram at bad MMA math, I'll get on there tonight, and then we can share personal details, and then I can send the link to you more easily next time. So we'll do it on Tuesday. Does that sound good to you? If it can't work out, we'll find a way of working it out. Don't worry, bro. I'm very, very intrigued about having you on. Bad MMA math. Are you Russian? I wish I was. I don't know why. I don't know why I revealed that so quickly. Do you think McGregor is really a rapist, or do you think it's just fake news? I mean, I wasn't there or anything, but I'm gonna assume, Mankino, that those women are lying, or at least some of them are. But let's be honest, yeah, he's always been a bit of a dumb cunt, so he's kind of getting what he deserves in a lot of ways. If you're famous, yeah, you shouldn't fuck around with FOTS. This is what you get. Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday. Tuesday. Does that sound better for you? Yo, Frankie, this next card is horrendous. Ramos, it is, man. Why did I call you Ramos? Vamos, it really is, man. It is fucking horrendous, sir. Hang on a second, Vamos. I've been meaning to do this for a while. Welcome to the Brotherhood, sir. Oh, mate, don't give me that cheap Tuesday. Does that sound better for you? Tuesday. What's your opinion about the protest that occurred in Liverpool about no Muslims in the UK? I don't think that was the protest, bro. I think that was I think you've understood what the protest was about. The protest was really about Britain for Britain, but I'm not anti-Islamic in any way, shape, or form. I've got Islamic members of my family. I respect people of all faiths and where people come from. So no, I don't think it's any good, to be honest. How you doing, haters gonna hate? What's good, bro? Do you go live for UF Times events as well? I don't usually do watch-alongs because they're just too much to deal with. It's too much to get through. So, like, I used to live stream all the time, but that was when I was retired. And now that I'm back working again, I just don't have the stamina all the time to do it. I usually go on at the same time every day, or roughly the same time. But I was a little bit early today. Oh, Falkreef, I can't even fake reading that out, bro. Frankieism recognizes all pronunciations of Tuesday, Tuesday, Tuesday. How you doing, haters gonna hate? What's good, man? Where you from and what's your fucking story, bro? Hold tight your mum. Shout out to you, James Stewart. I'll tell her you said hi. Nice to see you, bro. Do you feel old? Sometimes, man. When I go up an especially long flight of stairs, sometimes when I carry my son and I feel my neck creaking and my knees creaking a bit, I feel it. But yeah, it depends on the situation. Plus, the card starts at a bad time for Europeans. Most of the time, they usually are. To be fair, Vamos, yeah, I cannot complain, yeah, because we've actually done pretty well this year with card start times. We've had a lot of like Middle Eastern cards. We've had a lot of like we've had one or two cards in Asia. So we're doing all right. Southerners say Tuesday. Tuesday. Saying it the correct way just makes you sound like a posh fag, which I'm trying to avoid at all costs. Also tired of fraud students moved to UK by students' visa, and now they are doing a job and leave study. At least they should be careful to select skilled, not fraud. The thing is, yeah, I don't mind if even if people are coming here and they're coming here to get work illegally or whatever, as long as they're not doing fucked up things in the country, I don't really care. I'm all good for it. Sorry, Frankie, I had to dip. Someone mentioned a go-go bar live stream and had to check it out. Manfin, I respect you for doing so. In fact, what's the link? I should be getting over there myself. Why isn't Mao considered a bad dictator in history book, even though he killed 100 million people? A lot of it was scrubbed from history, and the Chinese are very, very nervous about talking about it. Like the whole thing in Tiananmen Square, you can't find things about it in the history books at all in China. It's banned to even talk about it. Only reason to work out is to be able to lift up your kids for as long as possible. I like you, bro. That's exactly why I started working out in the first place and why I started doing cardio. That is literally the only reason. And like my missus gets at me all the time for carrying my son around when he asks to be picked up. But my rationale is like he's 5 now. Sooner or later he's going to be big enough where first of all he's not going to like me anymore, and secondly I'm not going to be able to carry him around anymore. And he's my last kid, so I do it at every opportunity. But yeah, Annika, it's a very, very good question. And it's just how things are. Are you a leftist? Definitely not. I don't really have a political ideology. My view is I kind of like whatever, and this is how people should be really. Whatever specific thing I want to talk about or I have an issue on, I take it on its individual merits and individual things. So that's the situation. Anyway, Hayden has just arrived in the live stream, so I'm going to let him in now. Hang on a second, Hayden. I'm just going to grab my headphones because or else I'll get some feedback. Give me 1 second, yeah? Make sure you grab your headphones or turn off the stream because you'll probably get a little bit of an echo. I'm telling President Chi on you, do what you got to do, bro. Oh, he's gone. Shit. I think he'll pop back in a second. Now all that university is careful. They don't even allow anybody this process of a lot of skilled and monotonous students they are missing. I mean, I don't think it's really a problem. I think if people are coming to a country for the right reasons and they respect the country, it's fine. But don't come to the country and then embarrass where you've come from, because this is how racism starts. Because people are ignorant and stupid, and when, for example, an Indian person scams someone, people will just, oh, Indians are all scammers, which is obviously not fair. How you doing, Hayden? What's good, bro?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Well, I can't hear you, mate. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. How's it going? Let me turn up my volume a little bit. I can just about hear you. How you doing, bro? Yeah, the
Can
sound
you hear me
doesn't.
now, mate?
I can hear you now. Perfect. How you doing, bro?
I can't hear you, but you can hear me, I bet you. Let me just try to fix this.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
what's
can
going
hear
on
you
with
loud
it.
and clear. Can the chat let us know? Yeah, can you hear what Hayden's saying as well right now? It might be because your audio settings are not set to whatever the channel's on. That was a stupid thing to say.
No.
I feel like I'm talking to Brutally Honest right now. This is crazy. Oh, he's gone again. Have you ever seen a white cricket? Nope. He's as shy as a dude peeing at the crowd. Do you know what? Yeah, we need to do stuff like this more often, though. We need to have like, I really want subscribers to come on here more, to come onto the channel more, to join the live. Fuck it. We can hear you both. Hopefully he pops back in. I think there's a problem with it could be a problem with the network or a problem on it could be a problem on my end. Restream moves bogus like that sometimes. I can't wait to see Paulo Costa fight again. I'm glad you brought him up. He's amazing. You can't hear me. Fuck. I tell you what we'll do, Hayden. What we'll do on Tuesday. First of all, I'm going to add you on Instagram, and then on Tuesday we'll do like a test stream because they can hear you and they can hear me, but you can't hear me. So what we'll do is we'll do like a test stream on Tuesday before I go on, just to make sure that it works, and then we'll do it then, if that's all right with you. Because I'll be honest, yeah, I'm not very tech savvy, and I probably wouldn't be able to help you unless I was off stream, if that makes sense. And it will give me more time to come up with like good questions. Because I was literally just going to go off the cuff today, and that could go any way. Frankie, what's the cost of a live event at the UFC? Give me an idea. So I spent about £1,000 on 2 tickets. And I was like 8 rows from where the cage is, which is actually not very good. It's not a very good place to watch it from. Your opinion on Portugal's anti-Bangladeshi movement. At first, they received all unskillful people. And because of their lack of security, many uneducated Bangladeshi entered. Now they're crying. Well, it's kind of on them then, isn't it, really? It's on them. Oh my God. I've read American Gods, and it was amazing. I had to read through it twice to fully grasp everything in, but that was one of my favorite books I've ever read. I really enjoyed it. The TV show was fucking wacky, though. I don't think it translated that well, but the book is fantastic. Who, what, when, how? Are you like a bit of a fiction nerd? Because I could definitely recommend some cold shit to you. Hope to see Gianni Infantino hand over the World Cup trophy to Neymar in the 2026 World Cup. Who's Gianni Infantino? I'll send Hayden your Instagram. I'd really appreciate that. And then what I'll do is I'll hit Hayden up in the next couple of, I'll hit Hayden up tomorrow. Yeah, Hayden, this is what we'll do. I'll hit you up on Instagram. We'll trade like numbers, and then we can do like a stream test and then have a little chat and then work out what some of the kinks are. Neil Gaiman, he's done so many good works as well. I read like North Gods as well. There were a few. I couldn't think of his name. Neil Gaiman. I've got Tuesday. Sorry guys, I've got to shut down all the live streams for now on my end. I've got to get my butt back to work. Crystal, thank you so much for pitching up as always. You are an absolute gem. Thanks for turning up. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I've read a few of Neil Gaiman's books. He's sensational. Have you ever read Joe Abercrombie? He's somebody that I'm really high on at the moment. Like there's a book that he wrote called The Blade Itself, which was amazing. And it's like a trilogy. Here are my bird hands. I'll be honest with you, yeah, I've got very feminine fingers. You can tell, yeah, I've never done a hard day of hard graft in my life just by my fingers. Thank you so much for helping facilitate this, by the way, Westy. You are an absolute G. You enjoy his work in the news this year? I bet you do. What news and what has he done? Oh, fuck. Don't tell me he's a nonce. Don't tell me he's a fucking nonce. How's it going, Ricky? He's a nonce, isn't he? He's a fucking nonce. Oh, man, I wish I could turn back time. I think only skillful and educated people deserve to go abroad. Otherwise, if you don't have the education, but some people usually people that have a good educational upbringing have the means to sustain themselves within their own country. So it creates problems. You know what I mean? I think as long as you come into a country and you plan on doing, like I said, just not being a fucking slag. No, I mean, be a slag if you're a woman, but like, let me rephrase this. As long as you're coming in and not acting like a complete twat, Then you're welcome. Greetings from the Netherlands. I fucking love Holland. Shout out to you, Albie Me. Appreciate having you in it. He's a rapist. Oh, that's just as well. It's not just as bad, but it's almost as bad. Fucking hell, you're kidding me. You've just taken the jam out of my donut now, and this weekend has gone as bad as it was gonna go. Portuguese people are mostly they're not. I don't think they're really considered white. I don't know what they're considered, to be honest, but fucking hell, rapist. That's so disappointing. Really pissed on my bonfire, mate. Thanks very much. If Joe Abercrombie is a nonce or a rapist, can you not bring that up? Because that really ruins it. Immigrant welcomed if they don't act like Dumas. Exactly, Jock. Jock understands the get down. Joe Abercrombie. So what I would recommend, mate, yeah, if you're a fan of I mean, he does look like a bit of a rapist, to be fair, but hopefully this is just by look and not by behavior. He's a fiction author, but he's got a new book out recently called The Devils, which I'm reading at the moment, which I'm not going to quite recommend yet because I haven't finished it, but I'm really enjoying it. I would recommend a book called The Blade Itself. It's the first in a trilogy, and it's sensational. His way of developing characters is some of the best I've ever seen, and I read a lot of shit, mate. Frank missing most. Oh, Portuguese people are not brown. Sorry, Lane. I was zoning out there. They're not brown. They're not brown, but would you call them white as well? How would you categorize a Portuguese person? I've never really thought about it. Any favorite dialogue of UFC? Anything like when Manel Cap went off on Izzy, that was one of my favorite moments of all time. There's nothing like broken English delivered with venom that I enjoy more. I just love it. I'm from Bangladesh, but I don't like to see bums entering any first world country, and also made them trash. I mean, most I don't think Bangladeshis have a bad reputation here. I think the problem is that you often get grouped together with like Indians and Pakistanis, and then the thing is, yeah, even though Indians are not bad people by and large, they're not. In fact, they're usually very cultured, polite people, but because in our country they get a bad reputation for things like scamming, it reflects badly on everyone else. And it's like when that stabbing happened on the train, the headline made a point to say that it was a British national that did it. Do you know what Staffordshire oatcakes are? I don't, but they sound fantastic. I'm going to say that now, and I bet you, yeah, it's going to be something like with jizz on it or something. I'm currently reading David Eddings' The Belgariad with my kid. I remember reading about it, his age, and I've never heard of it, but I will take a note of it now. I'm always looking for new things to read because I'm constantly running out. I go through about 3 books a week. So I tend to run out of material quite quickly. 50% of Brazil is white and 40% mixed. Staffordshire oat cakes. Staffordshire oat cake. Mate, that looks mate, that looks fantastic. It's a savory pancake. Bro, that is right up my alley. I didn't know that they were called that. Frankie, don't forget to check IG. I will. David, they look amazing. They do. There's no way around here that does like savory pancakes. I fucking love them. I love having basically an English breakfast inside one of those bitches. You can't beat that. It's one of my favorite things. I'm trying to remember where the last time I had one was. There was a great place in Manila when I was there the last time. That was amazing. Savory pancakes are the shit, mate. Or savory, like not pancakes. You know what I'm saying? Bro, this is what I'm saying at breakfast. It looks like a breakfast thing. It's a young adult level or younger book. I don't even think David Eddings says it's a good book. Well, you know that a lot of these authors are self-deprecating. How you doing, Monarch? What's good, bro? Bro, play Elden Ring Night Ring someday. I've actually got a copy of it behind me, but I haven't even played Elden Ring, and I've got like 3 copies of that shit. Don't ask me why. I'm a weirdo. If I need to find somewhere local that does that, that does those because I will literally travel for that shit. I've become more and more of a foodie over the years. And that's as good as it gets. Anything you can fucking stuff an English breakfast into is fucking tops in my book. Oh no, my channel, but my fucking sorry boys, my stream is bugging out again. Only Staffordshire shithole, but good food. They do similar things in different countries, but it's very hard to get them here. Frankie, tell us something about your kids. How are they? They're amazing. My daughter just went back to school today. She's like a 2-3 hour travel from where we live. So it's a bit of a trip. I usually go with them, but I had so much work to finish today to prepare for tomorrow that I didn't go. My son's really good. He's getting more and more difficult to deal with every day. But he's young, he's learning. You got to be patient. Everyone's fine. How's everyone in your neck of the woods, man? How's everyone doing on your neck? I've also never heard of a Bangladeshi involved in scamming. Also, one friend who moved to the UK 3 years ago is working in a workplace, and he said Indians. The thing about Indian scammers here is they're organized, and they target like elderly people, and then confuse them into thinking they're, you know, they're in trouble or their family members in trouble, and then they steal all of their life savings. It's fucking disgusting. If you go on YouTube, yeah, and you type in scam callers, you'll see an entire thing about it. It's fucking crazy. Lex, tell me about the alien comet thing. What do you mean about the alien comet? You mean the one that's going to hit us in 2028? I'm looking forward to it, mate. We fucked up as a species, and it's horrible. I'm not on any kind of chat lane. The problem is, yeah, I'm using Restream to look at my chats, and I think it's stuck in top chat, and I don't know how to fix it. I've messaged Restream about it, and they basically said that they're working on it. It's something that they're going to try and fix in their new update. But why do you swear? Because I have a lot of anger in my soul, and this is a good way of getting it out. I don't mean to be offensive. I apologize if you're offended by my language. Current country has a big problem with immigrants getting into management levels and hiring only their countrymen. Then the racism against their own people is mental. It's weird how that happens. The thing is, yeah, haters are everywhere, my friend. They just are. Haters are everywhere. You find them in all walks of life. I just ate wings and they're so hot that I'm sweating. Pork chop, can you explain this to me? Why people love spicy food so much? I can't understand it. I don't understand why people eat spicy food, and I don't understand why people. What's the other thing that I hate? Why do people watch horror movies? Like, why do you want to be scared? I don't get it. I'm over 40 now, and I don't want to be killed by like a chili or like a jump scare. We also suffered a lot by them because we shared a border with them. We don't say anything against them because they could create problems for us. I mean, that's why I kind of alluded to the fact that I don't think India is going to end up being the global leader because they have too many beefs around them, man, and that shit is exhausting. It really is. China's way of handling soft power is amazing. They use a very passive aggressive tone with other nations. Works really, really well. My friend is from that same country, but they said she is too dark and not white enough, so they treat her as a lower caste. The caste system is fucking crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's one thing that I don't agree about. I was telling you guys, yeah, I had an Indian ex that I was with for like 3 years, and she used to go on like she was better than people all the time. It really put me off her. Really put me off her. And the fact that like she could only last for like 8 minutes was one of the most selfish twats I ever dealt with. But it was mostly the arrogance. She was really arrogant when it came to the caste system. But then very defensive about it when somebody said they were a higher caste than her. It was crazy. But I mean, I mean, to be fair, Anakin, I mean, we try to kind of foster a I don't know, like an environment here where we listen to what people have to say, unless they're nonsense. Why did the stepsister? Wait, what? Why does the stepsister sister doesn't annoy brothers? Because it's the same as a sister when a stepsister is already taken. What do you mean by that? I tried. Anxiety overload. Couldn't hear a thing. Next, Hayden, we're definitely going to do this thing. Tuesday will be the day. We'll get it done. And we'll have more time on Tuesday anyway, because I'm literally going to fuck off here in about half an hour or whenever my food turns up. Because like I said, I do have work tomorrow and I'm not very happy about it. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not happy about it at all. Sometimes the D is just too good for them chicks. I know you're pain, Frank. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? I think she just had I just think she was very sensitive. Because I've been with some women that will like come and go like crazy. And I've had some where you got to work your fucking ass off, mate. It depends. Still, one thing I believe is that Bangladeshi people are friendly, even though every country has some percentage of idiot. That's always the way. Bro, where the fuck did dog fucker come from? God damn, bro. I ordered. How you doing, Jensen, man? It's been a while. I haven't seen you in ages, man. How you doing? Welcome back to the stream as always. It's always nice to have you here. I hope you're well and having a wonderful weekend, mate. How did you find the card yesterday? This guy goons aggressively. I absolutely don't, bro. I do not. I mean, everyone beats their meat every now and then. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Tongue game is everything. Hayden, you are correct. You need to be a good scuba diver. And if you're not part of the scuba diving game, you're missing out. So yeah, Hayden, I ordered a burrito and some enchiladas. So I think it should be here in the next 5 minutes or so. It's really good to see you again, Jensen, man. Appreciate you. Like I said, guys, if you wouldn't mind liking the stream, it'd be greatly appreciated. It's been a really fun Sunday one. I've enjoyed this today. It's been really chilled. That certain community didn't turn up, which really helps. Oh, you said bench. What's bench? No, I didn't say bench. Does that mean dog fucker? Fucking hell. I'm gonna remember that one. Why do people poop on the streets in United Kingdom? I think you're talking about your own country, sir. I know a gooner when I see one. Doesn't everyone beat one off every now and then? I mean, I'm not denying that, sir. I do spank one out every now and then, but don't we all? But this gooning shit is a bit of a mad thing for me, man. I don't But now the thing is, Hayden, because you've put that flap thing in I want that now. Take it easy, Maverick. Have a really good weekend, mate. Thanks so much for pitching up. You are a legend. I really liked your stream. Thanks very much, Travis Pedro. I really appreciate you. I appreciate everyone who turned up tonight. It's been real fun. I've enjoyed myself. I always do on here. I'm probably gonna head off now because I think my food's gonna turn up any minute. Guys, we do danger wanks. I've never heard that expression before, and I already know what you mean. You must have to rub one out real quick, mate. See, this is what separates the UK and the US. We will just get out a quick danger wank, real quick one, rather than fucking each other in the arse. Shout out to the UK. But anyway, guys, believe it's pronounced Bihenchod. Fucking hell. I've probably insulted half the chat now. By the way, hang on a sec. Who, what, when, how? I hope you hang around in this stream because as somebody who's also a fellow fiction lover, I'd love to pick your brain on some of the stuff that you enjoy. And it's been a real pleasure having you in here today, mate. And same with you, Travis. It's really good having you back as well. The best thing is my country have a bathroom and washroom and nobody pooping in road like other country. Press your button, bust one out as quick as possible. You know the one. I know the one, bro. We all know the one. If there's a hole, there's a goal. No fucking more wise words have ever been spoken. I'll probably regret it, but why is it dangerous? Because it's in prison, mate. It's in prison, Lane. You're whipping your dick out in prison. That's why it's a danger. If it's a quick one and you're on your own, it's not dangerous. I'm assuming that that's what the case is anyway. I'm assuming that's how the name came about. Man, you hard on India. I'm not that hard on India. Turn up another time, mate. You'll see how. I'm just repeating what the chat says. That's all I'm saying. I've got nothing against India and Pakistan. I've got loads of Indian and Pakistani friends. You know them ones. Anyway, guys, my food has just turned up. Much love to all of you. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, I appreciate that. No worries. I'm glad you've turned up a couple of times. It's been a real pleasure, mate. Thank you. All right, I'll catch you guys on Tuesday. Hopefully we'll have Hayden on. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you on Tuesday. Take it easy, people. If you wouldn't mind liking the stream when you bounce as well, that'd be fucking sweet.